Straight up. Look, I live the life I deserve. Bless. Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean, whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For my niggas who gon' go to hell and back for me, I'ma give them heaven on earth for a hell of a check, yeah, whichever come first. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me, these are all my confessions. Man, this wasn't luck, it was destined. I done lost homies who been with me since Ed and Eddie, who flip like confetti. And then when you back, they back to call you dog. That shit can get petty. Bitch, don't get no dap to me, nigga. Funny thing about talking behind my back is that it just keep coming back to me, nigga. Was off for a sec, now it's back to me, nigga. You mad at me? This ain't what I want, man. It's what it had to be. This is that late night working after 3, man. This is why my old girl was mad at me. This why I'm your majesty, man. The click is the tightest, the pussy the tightest, the drinks are the coldest, the future the brightest, the feet not divided, the love is divided, and I just got it. Thank God that we got it. Bless. I don't know what I would do without a crew. Look like we robbed the bank, but all we make is deposits. Your profit will profit, oh God. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed.
What?
Way up, I feel blessed. Straight up.
Let's go. Gang. What's up with it, bro? You know what it is, bro.
Way up, I feel blessed. I ain't gonna say that we back or nothing, cause that implies that we're back from something. If we're back from something, it's some checks you owe us. I expected payment, nothing less or over. I don't need them favors that you asked me for. I could give 2 fucks about where the Grammys go. I just gave out Grammys on my Instagram. Them OBO boys, the business, man. It is what it is. Trust me, you get what you give. Yeah,
we got everybody.
You gotta come to my side and see how we live.
Good luck, homie. That's good luck.
I cannot see heaven being much better than this.
Shit, yeah. I just
blessings on blessings for me and my niggas from the 6. Look at what we did. Yeah, be quiet. I'm doing a toast. For niggas that don't really do shit, I swear y'all be doing the most. Stop worrying about whoever's next. I am just worried about my mama worrying less. I think I'm famous enough. I don't need any more press. I am convinced I'm the only one left that's still doing this shit. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know.
They ain't put me on the main
screen. Up, I feel blessed.
So I guess we'll just do a lot of live.
Way up, I feel blessed.
They said they ain't promoting my shit.
Way up, I feel blessed.
It is what it is, though. We still here.
Way up, I feel blessed. My grandma just died. I'm the man of the house.
Hey, but you know what I'm saying? We can't.
So every morning I'm up because I can't let them down.
All we could do is actually
always down for the cause, never down for the count.
What we got, man. And,
I guess when your stars align, you do like the solar system and plan it out.
Can't worry about YouTube.
So I'm going overtime on the overtime. Yeah, I'm net invested, but you can't attest it. $1 million goals, man, it's manifested. The family never going anorexic. I pay my mortgage and electric. Never going under, even with anesthetics. At the top of the rap game, we still building. Check after check, checking off my checklist. Try and blow my cake, just know that's a death wish. No mistakes, life ever is only lessons. Shit feel like Shaq and Penny got back together. You tore the game apart, who put it back together? I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know.
I'm staying out here.
I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know.
All the stuff back on the walls.
Way up, I feel blessed. Over here. Way up, I feel blessed.
Yeah, so that's what it is, man, with YouTube, and I just don't feel like I really don't feel like building a whole new platform for YouTube or starting another channel. I don't feel like doing that, man. It's too much work to do that. It's kind of hard to hear you, Seb. Got Drake playing in the background. All right, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, so I don't know, man. What I was saying is it doesn't look like YouTube's gonna actually just be cool with me, bro. They basically are just ignoring what I'm asking them, and that's basically to see if I can get my platform, if we can squash our beef with YouTube and you know what I'm saying, get back to monetizing and you know what I'm saying, the normal aspect of YouTube. But I don't know if it's gonna work because YouTube is just stubborn, man. Once you piss them off and make them a little mad, they actually don't want to work with you, you know. So I would have to build a whole new platform, a whole new YouTube channel just to get my shit back in the algorithm and get it going in a proper manner. And I just don't have the energy to rebuild. So I guess we'll just, you know what I'm saying, we'll continue on here, man. I'm gonna start doing a lot more live streams. One thing I'll say like this is with the video aspect, because some people ask me to do videos. It's kind of one of them things where doing videos is cool and all, you know what I'm saying? Doing videos is cool and all, but it's not getting pushed through the algorithm for people to see it, even my subs. So the live stream, I'll answer, you know what I'm saying, some recommended videos on the live streams and stuff. That's what I'm going to kind of start doing, is more live streams, because I don't think if you go look at the history of my channel, we had good traction on a lot of them videos for a minute there, and then YouTube just kind of just cut the algorithm out. And they do that a lot. Like once they feel like something went on that they don't agree with, they kind of just push you out of the algorithm. And that's one of the main things. It's like, we're not going to get that back, man. Damn, you got to delete your YouTube, because I was going to do the whole thing. Yeah, I really don't have the energy to rebuild like that, my homie Matthew, like all the way and just kind of build from the ground up. Many people told me that, but it takes time. It takes time to get, you know what I'm saying, stuff going with a whole new channel. Like it's time, and it's time consuming. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of work. So I don't have the energy to do it again, you know? So we'll just build off of this. So let's get to the gist of this video right here, man. Let's get to the gist of this video. I had a comment from this fool named Mike, and we need to start hitting thumbs up, sharing. Yeah, and that's prosperous and all, my homie Josh. But even with that, like, YouTube has their mind made up. Even if you guys share and like, and you know what I'm saying, and all that, YouTube is the one they're not gonna promote it. So it's kind of like, that's good. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we could continue to push like that, definitely. But YouTube has completely just kind of stopped a lot of it, you know? So it's like some of my subs always tell me, like, if I talk to them, like, bro, I didn't even know you were still doing YouTube. That's how I kind of know YouTube is just kind of on some bullshit. I didn't get a notification. I didn't see your videos no more. I didn't even know you were doing YouTube. And it's like, we've been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube in the live stream. So I sent YouTube a message, and they never even answer me back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? We definitely just gonna keep building off what we got. You know what I'm saying? And you guys just promote to your people or whatever. And that's how we go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would just continue to push like that. Do want to start selling? Hell yeah, we could. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when you got some product that we could hit with the market, bro. And I'll start putting it on the channel, and we could start promoting like that and selling merch off the channel for sure. You know, so I appreciate you though, man. So the homie Mike, he came out here, bro, like some years back, and basically he kind of he moved all around the city a little bit, and he didn't really come in contact with like East Denver and what it was as the 5 Points. He came after that shit was called the Rhino District, and he's always heard that the points of Denver, that was like where a lot of shit was going down, and it was like a unsafe area of the Denver metro, right? And he couldn't believe it, because when he came down here, that shit was already gentrified, right? They were literally turning over the hood. They were pushing out people out the 5 Points, like they were pushing families. I mean, like they pushed generations of families out the hood out there, and they bought up a lot of the properties to move a lot of transplants over there in East Denver. My family kind of took a hit on that shit, because they moved some of my family out of East Denver. Like my family had been there for years and years, and they bought properties and sold my grandpa's property and kicked my grandma out of her house. And I know families, they were doing that shit. So they found, you know, it was a beautiful scenery over there. So they bought up a lot of the antique houses And if you go to the east side, you know that, if you know about the E, they had a lot of antique houses, bro, like big ass houses that were beautiful properties. So the city and all them fools, when they started actually knowing that was place where you could have some money being made, they started making condos. They started tearing down a lot of the old properties and rebuilding all these high rises, bro. If you go to the east side, you see that there's high rises and there's all kinds of new buildings. It doesn't even look the same. Did some Crips get into it with some Serenials and DLC? Yeah, I'll get to that for sure. I'll answer that question. So anyways, even where the projects were,
I just want you to know you're a king.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Queen.
I
love you too. Even where the projects were, bro, that project housing, and I had told to everybody, it went from like all the way 25th in Arapahoe, all the way down to like 34, 32nd or some shit like that, all the way down, homie. Project housing. And them projects right there, bro, were one of the more deadly housing projects in Denver. Out of all the projects, them projects were probably the most dangerous out of all the projects in Denver. And I know a lot of people will argue this, but them projects, they had actually back in the 90s, bro, they actually had the corner of death where people were getting killed and summer of violences in them projects. Mass murderers were from them projects. They had somebody that slaughtered his wife and literally cut off her limbs in them projects. Them projects had a lot of history of gang banging because them projects, before Crips and Bloods even hit, they already had the Brick City fools. Brick City was prevalent in the projects, but they also had Curtis Park boys. They had all the old original project babies, and all them fools were families and generation from the projects. I'm talking about, this is generational. This ain't no new stuff that anybody just decided one day to start. This was generational. Them Curtis Park boys, them were OG Mexicanos, bro. And a lot of them fools are not here no more, locked away for different aspects because that's old school. But a lot of them fools was warriors. A lot of them fools was certified warriors of fighters, bro. A lot of the old school names of them families, bro, came from the 70s. Well, them projects that because I'm from the projects, bro. Denver is weak coming from forward. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you that, bro. I really don't care to argue with you that. I don't know how Fort Worth is and all that. We talking about some history of the town. I appreciate you supporting, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a Denver baby, and there ain't no weakness about me, mommy. So yeah, so the projects, you know what I'm saying? The projects was built, and them projects, the middles, before they were even the Arapahoe courts, them fools had there was middles in the projects. And at the time in the 90s, the cops couldn't even go through the projects, bro. The late 80s and 90s, the cops, Officer Peterson and Batman and Robin, that was the gang unit over there. They couldn't even go through the projects because everybody in the project housing was unitized. Everybody was unitized. So if the cops went through there, they would have problems with the people over there. Now, when the corner of death had hit in the 90s, and there was like 4 murders in a matter of like 3 weeks span in the 90s in the summer of violences, they had actually had some narcs watching the corner over there because fools were getting chipped off. My dad got killed on 30th and Arapahoe. Anyone that comes to Murder Word, Texas, trying to flex, y'all will stay in Texas. Hell yeah, good for Texas, my bro. You go anywhere in any city, homie, you come across the wrong people, you might not leave. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, anywhere you go, homie, you're going to have somebody that'll appeal you for their city, bro. Like, you know, it's not like that's not the craziest aspect. You know what I'm saying? And you taking me off my story, but yeah, man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to argue with you, bro. Salute to Texas. Salute to all my Texas homies, bro. I'm not here to argue with that shit. So anyways, the Brick City Poppers, the homie had brought it up right there. The Brick City Poppers, they were breakdancers from the projects, right? And them fools were all brothers, homie. But all them fools were fighters. Now, the project babies, which the projects consisted all the Brick City homies, original Brick City, before Crips and Bloods hit, the original Brick City homies, and then you had other hoods right there, and that's why it was so crazy, because the hoods right there, all the hoods right there, bro, it was four different neighborhoods. You had Deuce Phi Raiders, you had the ESGs, you had the Curtis Park Boys, the Brick City fools. You had all them fools all throughout there. The 90s hit, and that's when the Crips and Dom Moose hit. So the late 80s, 90s is when the Dom Moose and the Keyways hit. And they flood, that whole project house got flooded out with the Crips. Now, at that time, when it was the 5 points, because what people don't understand is the points had a lot of history with a lot of jazz music. It was called the Jazz of the Midwest. A lot of African-American families came over there to the points, and a lot of Mexicanos that were over there that were generational, they migrated to the points. That's why the points have so much history that they wiped out. That shit, they flipped the hood. But at that time, that's when gangs migrated to the points. And that neighborhood was flooded out because not only the projects, but you had all the fools from the 30s and all the 30 block boys, them fools were cribbed down. The projects was cribbed down because there were so many Crips that flooded to over there. And at that time, you didn't go over to the points. You didn't go over to the 5 points if you were not from there. If they didn't recognize your face at the time, you didn't go over there. Even if you have family over there, they were going to come out and check your fucking car. As soon as you pulled up, they're going to see who you know over there. And if they don't like you, you're getting mollywopped or killed. That's just how the points was. 27, 26 Arapahoe Street, we didn't even dare bring our people over there that wasn't from that block, because you have fools on the block tripping on that block. They would come out from the houses right there, and they was pressing your car to see who you was. You better not be from no other neighborhood, because fools were going to trip on the whip. The females in our family, bro, they couldn't even bring dudes over there at all, because them fools was coming out on the block tripping. Now, when we say this, Harlem of the West, yeah, that's the truth. That people don't even know that. Everybody thinks that Colorado was this cow town, but at that time, bro, there was so much history when fools started flooding, and they wiped that shit out of the points. Now the points turned up because everybody that you asked in the city of Denver, they say, where don't you go? Everybody would say, we don't go to the 5 points, because if you're not from there, you don't go, because it was just gangbang central. Curtis Park, there used to be a park right there, Curtis Park, and there used to be a street that went through the park. All them project housing, bro, you got to understand too. The projects over here and the projects over here, they all had different blocks, because them projects got wiped out too. They tore them down. They got wiped out, all these project housing, because they moved all these new people over there, and they moved people to the projects. Back in the day, when it turned into the war, and it was early 2000s, bro, and the Odies and the Lokes got into it very viciously, not just the chicky 30s, but the Odies and the Crips, because the Odie got killed. If you were young, homie, and you were a male and you looked any type of way, they were not pressing. They were automatically shooting. There was a time frame that fools, literally, if they seen anybody that looked gang related from both sides, you had to be wary, because they were gonna get at you over that shit. Because the OG Odie fool gets killed, they blame it on the Crips. So all that time they were having a get back left and right, bro. That shit was very dangerous over there. And people literally just stayed away from the points. It was just hella active. That's all they did, was everybody was active. So when we talk about the points, we're not talking about the Rhino District. We're talking about 5 points Denver, the original 5 points Denver. You know what I'm saying? Who remembers the bootleg liquor store on Sunday? Hell yeah. There was a couple of them in the hood, though. We had one of them over there on 37 too. They had a bootleg over there. Now, when I say it was territorial, it's because a lot of families from East Denver, they were generational with their family. There's a lot of East Siders that are generational and generational and generational. So it was territory. If they didn't know your family and you didn't come out with a good resume, that was very dangerous for people coming into the points. That was very dangerous for people coming into the points. But I can remember being in the Jays, bro. I can remember being in the Arapahoe projects, and it would be, these fools will be tripping with these dudes. And us as little kids, we had to go in the house because there was potential times that these fools were going to hit the block on these dudes, bro. And we were kids in front of the project housing, and these fools, they knew that these fools were going to double back and get at these dudes. I remember being on 26 in Arapahoe at functions for holidays, homie, and these fools would have beef with these dudes, and they would hit the block and get at these fools. We would have to hit the floor as kids. So that shit was hella wild, bro. Like, I remember the 90s. The 90s was crazy in Denver all the way. Like, every hood has some shit going on in the 90s. But the points, bro, that shit was on a whole different level. Like, fools was like, they was coming up missing over there, homie. That shit was wild. The points was hella wild, bro. Yeah, so those are like East too, though. So we kind of, you know what I'm saying? We kind of had love for the Vills, bro. Like, Villains was still East. Even that's why the Chicky 30s was some of the homies, because they were still East. Rhino District, that's just funny, bro. In the city, I have family of the Indian reservation. Let me put it this way, man. That's why there was a war in the East Side, right? Because there was a certain neighborhood that came over there from California. They tried to set up shop, which they had success planning their neighborhood. Those are some of the homies, but there was a whole big ass war that popped off because the East Side they were not just allowing anybody to come to East Denver without some type of resistance. There was a lot of shit going on, homie. And, you know, the Front Hood Compton Crips came to the projects. They came to the projects. They bring Crip into the projects too. A part of Crip into the projects in the Denver history, the CCRs. And doing that brought a lot of warfare to the projects, bro. There was a lot of shit going on because of that. So in all reality, the East Denver, homie, that was a big resistance. And they held it proud. They was proud to be from East Denver. 5 Points babies, you know. Their GDK out there in Pueblo and shit got hella active Crips and GDK at war. You know, man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, the Pueblo always been active too. You know what I'm saying? There was many different aspects, bro. Like, I can remember growing up, and all of a sudden you would just be on the block, and you would hear, all of a sudden you would be on the block, and these fools would get chipped off over here, and it would be fools you actually knew, and they got killed in some gang shit. I remember this shit too. Everybody knows about the Boom and Bang situation. Everybody knew that case, right? Well, they lived right on 27th and California Street in the East Side, bro. 27 in Arapahoe's a block the other way. And at that time, the Crips, it was a blue sea over there. Just all around was Crips. Them fools migrated to being Don Moose. But them fools was super turned up in the East Side. They got activated with some of the lokes over there because their family had spots right there. But they were surrounded, so it didn't work where they could establish an East Side bloodhood in East Denver. But not to take away from them fools getting active, and I don't want, because I know people are like, them fools is this and that, and they're chomos and this because of that case. But I'm talking about their gangsterism and getting active for being surrounded. They survived for a little time over there, right? But that corner, bro, it was turned up. Where I lived on 26 Arapahoe, my family used to own the burrito factory and Ahmed's corner store right there. And there have been times out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere, you hear a big ass fight outside on the corner, bro. You go outside and it's groups of people fighting on the corner of 26 in Arapahoe. What up, Big Jess? Fools just getting it in. And this is even before I was even activated in what I did, my politics, right? And it would be some crit fools banging with some of the old school SA food, not SA fools, but old school Mexican fools that got it in on the corner. I remember this big ass fight, and my mom could contest to this. I was only like 5 years old, 5, 6 years old, homie, maybe like 7 at the most. And my mom hid me in this closet and said, "Don't come out of the closet." My little hyper ass went outside, and there was like 10 fools fighting with another 10 fools on the corner of 26. They were getting it. Boom, 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 boom. And that was an everyday occasion, bro, on that block. You go outside, homie, and they'll be like, so I don't remember if you guys remember the case. This is what I'm going to bring you up to. Do you remember the case where some couple on 27th and California Street, they pretty much owed some money to some fools that fronted them some bread, right? They didn't come back with the money. So right across the street from my grandpa's house, because he lived on 26th right there, they end up taking the couple in the alleyway, and they executed them in that alley right there, right? And they got caught up for this shit and everything, the fools that killed, but they killed the fool on like 27th in California in the alley right there. While my grandpa's house is the next house on the other block. He heard them fools when they had killed that couple. They executed them, shot them in the back of the head, and left them in the alleyway right there. All that area, bro, that area was just, it was super turned up. You know what I'm saying? Like them fools, they were wilding out over there. And anybody that knows the history and anybody that knows about the points, they knew that was the area that you stayed away. If you really didn't have family over there, you didn't try to go through there, because it was like different situations going on over there that was dangerous. The points, it was turned up 90s, 80s, even the 70s. All them OG fools, they would tell stories about what was going on over there, bro. And it used to blow my mind, because I grew up I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. That's when we kind of started moving out the hood, but my family still lived over there. And I would double back to the hood. When my mom moved to the west side, I was double back into the east side, because I was not staying in the west. Like even when I went to school, I would always catch myself going back to the hood. My family had a house on 27th and 37th and Race in Odeyville. And when you went to Odeyville and where we're from, fools, like you walk down Odeyville on Trace Ave, homie, the 37 boys, and they had the Golden Gate. You walk down that shit, and everybody's head turned, especially how I used to dress, because I would be blue ragged up, blue Dickie suits, blue chucks. I would be bailing through Odeyville, and we all know the Odies didn't get along with some of the Chicky 30 Crips over there. So when they see me coming down the block, them Odies was like, who's in the hood trued up? But my cousins are old school Odie fools. But I can remember even with their fools, bro, the Quinta Lomas, they try to move to Odeyville on 37, right across the street from the Golden Gate. They try to move like 4 of their families in them duplexes. It didn't last for long, bro. Them Odies was tripping. They hit the block on them fools every night, homie, till they vacated them out the hood. That was a situation, because I remember being at my auntie's house, homie, and I remember them fools like, hey, the homies is tripping. They got to rushing on them Quinta Lomas over there and right across the street from the store. Sure enough, them fools was in there for like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and they vacated out the east side. They vacated out the east. I'm like, damn. So yeah, man, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like the old school district, homie, it's not what you see when you currently see what the east side is. Like, to anybody that knows the history and anybody that been around the town, there was a lot of history and a lot of shit that came from that area. A lot of people died in that. A lot of people died from that area because of gang violence and drugs. I know many people that died from drugs, overdoses all through the hood. A lot of people getting chipped off. A lot of people dying from gang violence, homie, because that area got hit and it got overworked with gang banging, homie. And when I say gang banging, that was a neighborhood, homie, that you would go to that neighborhood and fools would be posted on the block, homie. You go to the 30 block, homie, they have some duplexes on 30th and Gilpin. That shit looked like the jungles at one time. You know that training day shit? You remember that training day shit when the Bloods had hit the block on Denzel Washington and they're riding on the bike, the side of the car? Well, there was a spot on 30th and Gilpin, bro. And they had duplexes on 30th and Gilpin, the trays, the 30s. And them fools will be on bikes. Little homies will be on bikes coming out on anybody that look gang related. Like, hey, cuz, where you from? You know where you at, cuz? Tripping, fool. I'm like, damn, these fools is patrolling the hood. I moved to 30th and Gilpin Street, homie. And I got robbed. I got robbed at the park right there. Because there's a park that goes when you're going to the light rail station. There's that little park right there. They came out on me so quick, bro. I didn't even know who it was. I just know it was somebody around that area, and they laid me down. That fool stripped me all the way down to my boxers. Homie took my shoes, everything. I said, damn. But that area reminded you like some old school training day shit. In the 90s, you didn't walk over there, bro. In the 90s, you didn't walk over there. That little area, they had that shit sold up from across the street. Because I used to have that. I used to actually be on the corner house, like them white little, I think they're condos or whatever they are, bro. That corner house on 30th and Gilpin, the corner one. And then Silk and them fools used to have a house in the middle, but all them fools across the street in them duplexes, they would be super, super deep. But they knew the homies that lived over there. But the nighttime, homie, that shit was like I said, it was like training day out there, bro. Like fools was on the block, little fools would be driving on bikes, and they would try to catch fools slipping coming through the east side, because that was like where them fools would be posted. You get off on that light rail station. Over there, bro. And I remember when the light rail was like the. Oh, nice. Hey, shout out to Josh, man. I appreciate you, Big Josh. I see what you did for me, mommy. I appreciate you, fam. God bless you, mommy. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's why Josh right now, man, that's my fam. I seen what you just did, bro. I appreciate that to the fullest, homie. I appreciate that shit, homie. But all throughout there, see, and you're not gonna get that shit no more, because they even moved all them families. That's when families got moved out the east side. So even right now, bro, you're not gonna ever see that shit no more. They done bought up, all the white folks bought up all the houses over there. But I remember that whole area from Downing Station all the way up to 30th and Gilpin, 34th, even going to Bruce Randolph, bro. That was all like that shit right there, bro. That right there reminded me of it was just the east side. It was just that east side, bro. Like, and you would see fools posted 20, 30 thick on the block. The Downing Station, it was so terrible, bro. At one time, that was where all the little young fools be posted, right on the Downing Station. And you better not be from some area getting off on them buses, because as soon as they recognize your ass, bro, they was on you. We made up a saying called the roller coaster. You was getting roller coastered on the Downing Station. You better not be from any neighborhood. If they didn't like your ass and you was from certain neighborhoods, you going for a ride, homie. And you might not even come out of that shit. You might just go sleep. They might sleep your ass 3-4 times and your ass is done. That's just the bottom line. That Downing Station, I remember a couple times, bro, being on the Downing Station, you actually had to be so on alert who was coming up the block, because you don't know what these fools did on the Downing Station. They might have pissed some fools off, and they would come and actually push up on the Downey station and get off on some of the homies that were right there. So that shit was just always some warfare at the Downey station. But that whole area pushing towards the 30 block, homie, and 30th and Gilpin, ooh, damn, bro, that shit was wild, homie. What up with it? What up with it? Mile high salute to everybody. Yeah, that shit was a treacherous ass area, bro. And let's not forget about these. These ain't even talked about no more. But all my original East Side homies and everybody that knows, we'll even go further west. Let's go to East Villages. Let's go to East Villes. What y'all know about the East Villes, all my Denver Radas? What y'all know about them East Villes across the street from the Safeway? Them apartments right there. Them apartments right there, bro, have so much activities, bro. They moved everybody in the East Villes. I remember for a minute, you had fools from the East Side in the East Villes. You had Compton fools in the East Villes. You had some A-Tray gangsters in the East Villes. And that shit was open season. That wasn't really nobody's hood, though. Everybody moved to the East Villes. So you might run across that zone right there before they knocked them out. And on this side of Park Avenue, you might have had some fools from Compton Crib Rider right there. And on this side, you might have had some East Side fools. And pretty much them fools that shit used to be an active ass apartment complex. My homie Joseph Taylor, he used to live in the East Villes. His little brother, Brandon and all them, Abraham, bro, they used to live in the East Villes. And then my sister's baby's dad, which the homie Oddball from the set, his little brother, Kane Loke, that fool and his family, they all lived in the East Villes. So we would go over there at times. You know what I'm saying? But that shit right there was treacherous, bro. The East Villages, yeah, that shit was treacherous. I remember having guns pointed at me in the East Village. Hell yeah, we fools would be posted out in the villies. So when I answer this question, man, was the 5 Points really that part of the city that was very dangerous? Hell yeah, it was. The 5 Points was an area when it was an area, not the Rhino District, because what we know as it out, it's Rhino District now, right? The 5 Points was an area that a lot of people lost their life in, homie. A lot of people lost their life over there. A lot of people over there from that neighborhood ain't no longer here. Dead or doing life in prison for being an active ass fool from that area. Yeah, bro. Everybody that knows the history, bro, know the points. That wasn't a place that you just go chill. You didn't just go chill over there. You didn't go over there and try to turn up and, you know what I'm saying, unless you knew people. And even sometimes even with that, you might know somebody, but you hit the block and certain fools were out on the block. Certain fools were out on the block in the points, bro. You literally might have lost your life. Or if they recognize, and this was the cold part. This was the cold part because if you were related to certain family too, I seen it even with my own. If you were related to family, to other fools from other hoods, and they seen you, you might get the domino effect over there. You know what I'm saying? But let's not forget, Park Hill was turned up too. And what you fools don't know that ain't from here is that there's a boulevard, homie. This is how cold it was. That boulevard, Colorado Boulevard, homie. That was people going to them gas stations and all that shit over there. That avenue, a lot of people lost their life over there on that avenue. It was one street that separated different parts of from the east side to Park Hill, bro. And that avenue right there, if you were anybody that gang banged, anybody, that was not an avenue to be just chilling at. I'll tell you that. Because a lot of people they all were right there. Everybody was right there. I can remember a couple times I was at a party in Park Hill, like the Borderline, and it was like 2 a.m. And I had left the house, bro, and I was coming down the street. Boom. And I remember the Suburban, homie, that it was going into Park Hill from like the gas stations right there. Boom. and it doubled back and like hit a Huey. I dipped across Colorado Boulevard and went to the next block, but I had dipped in this fucking house like on the side, and them fools came and they hit the block and then they doubled back to Park Hill. Yeah, that shit was wild, though, homie. Let's call it like it is. 5 Points used to be a sundown town. If you're not from 5 Points, you better not be around after sundown. That's a fact. That's a fact. The pizza, man, I don't remember if you guys knew this, but the pizza didn't deliver after 7:30, 8 o'clock. You couldn't get no damn pizza in the east side. There was nobody getting no pizza in the projects because them pizza boys, they were getting robbed. Them fools was getting robbed for the pizza and the money. And another thing you didn't see in the points either, there was not really no white folks, bro. There might have been like one family I knew over there, but they were like family. They were like the family that was there for a long time, but you didn't have white families in the points. You had Mexicanos, and then you had the African Americans. You know what I'm saying? You had all the black folks over there. But what's crazy about it is, bro, and this is a trip. This is a trip. In the project house, the projects where like we were set up on 26th and 27th, and even all the way to 29th. This is why I say this, and people will be always tripping on this. We didn't see racial tension between Mexicanos and black folks in my era. Everybody had family. We could go to the homie Terrence's house over here and sleep over there every night, and his family was gonna feed us dinner. And like, did you guys eat tonight? Same with my family, the Cisneros. They knew Michael Brown and all their fools, the Brick City original poppers. My family used to literally let all them fools work and get some money in the store, the corner store. We didn't have racial tensions. There was none of that shit, bro. I didn't see that shit ever. Our bestest homies was everybody in the projects, and it was black folks, and it was Mexicanos. Everybody was everybody was project babies. And even if you really want to break this down, even some of the ESGs, Eastside Gangsta 2700, the ESGs, they didn't really till after, because one of the ESGs gets killed and they blamed it on some of the Crips. They didn't even really trip at the time on that shit, right? Some of them ESGs used to sport baby blue rags in blue, and they used to say cuz all the time. So they didn't really have a problem with nobody in the projects that was black folks, bro. Now, later down the road, and certain situations occur, and then the ODs, because they're different, ESGs and ODs are two different things. They mess with each other, but that's kind of how it turned into now the ESGs. And if you want to break that down, ESGs, they were a resistance to Compton Crip Riders too. The ESGs didn't just allow the CCRs to be in the projects being comfortable. ESG turned up. The ESGs turned up on the Comptons, and the Comptons turned up on the ESGs. They were only a couple blocks from each other. So there was many times these fools was fighting. You know what I'm saying? But before that, nope. Even the ESGs were not even on no racial shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about now, but that's just the truth. We go by... I feel you, but we used to hella deep in the points. I mean, you know how it was, man. There was generational families, you know what I'm saying? Like from the aspect of families that knew each other. The Browns, homie. You know what I'm saying? The Hatchets, homie. Old school Hatchets, the Ashberries. So anybody that knows like original Brick City, that's why my neighborhood in the Ashberries, the MVPs, what they called them, we're the same neighborhood, right? MVPs, we're the same neighborhood, right? We're all 2,700 Brick Cities. That's what they consider. But they took on more of they do their own clique. They ain't really Crips. But my cousins, original, like the older homies, they all their biggest ties, like growing up was the CCRs, the Compton Crib Riders. What up, Big Ghost? How you doing, fam? So the homies kept it original to Crippin. You were not going to take the Crippin out of the homies, but this was before my day. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the MVPs, the younger fools from Brick City, the last circle of Brick Cities, they didn't take on the Crip identity. We was already Crippin before they were even established as their shit. You know what I'm saying? They were, hell yeah, them fools was deep, homie. And they really just loved the Mexicanos, homie. Their fools really loved the Mexicanos because Chief Loke from CCR had Chicky 30s as relatives. So they and some of them CCRs, some of them, they were mixed breeds. So they didn't really trip off that shit either. So that's what I'm saying. We didn't really have any animosity between the families. And that's kind of how the whole situation occurred. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them CCRs is really tapped in with Brick City. Some of them fools they really have Brick City tattoos. Like fools are tattooed with Brick City because we're all project babies. We was all project babies. This is the first rival game. I'm glad I'm not going to. I'm going to say not 10-7 like at the beginning. I feel it, my bro. What about the let's see. Size 2. Yep. I remember the SGs. And 37th and Franklin. Yep. I seen all them at the. Oh yeah, man. They was over there for sure. They was over there deep. What up, fool? You feeling better, Ghost? Yeah, Josh. It ain't been the same since Dad died, man. Crazy. There was never racial tensions in Denver like that. That really was, my bro. That's why, like, people, and this is what I'll say too, though. The project baby, East Side Denver babies, like my family and other families that was over there in the projects, homie. We were like, this is the thing is, homie, and later down the road, you know, you get educated in different things. But at first, homie, before this shit was even like I was doing it, my cousins was full-fledged revolution in progress, homie, Crippin'. My cousins was full-fledged Crippin', homie, all the way. So I was just a baby homie. I was a little cousin, bro. And I didn't even know really the whole aspect of the roots, right? So when I'm Crippin', bro, it was never like, and this is what I learned down the road, homie. When I got the penitentiary, this is kind of what you learn, the different separations. And it was never like a black gang type shit, bro. This is Crippin' black. Like I never even thought about that shit really, because it was just Crip. And we were in our own wars. We didn't focus in on what everybody else is. So that was like, when I got to the penitentiary, you see the separation and what the aspect is, right? Plus we have black homies. We got Mexicano homies from the projects that's all bang the hood. And we were just in our own zone in war. Nobody could tell us anything else. So when I started hearing that shit in the penitentiary, it was kind of I guess like a aspect of a culture shock, right? Because we were already Crippin' since the 90s, bro. I was a wild one Crip down. And nobody could tell me different. I had homies and family members from the west side, north side, different aspects of this and that. And these fools didn't like us project babies because they automatically said East Side Mexicans act black, right? But that's the project feel, homie. That's just the project feel. We act like what we are, project babies. I'm not a pretty boy Mexican fool. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the aspect, bro. We were just project babies. We didn't look at that shit. Hello, G. What about the money rag? Yeah, nah, for sure. Get the money, bro. Let's get to this bread. You know, so that's kind of like the mindset as it was. You know, my cousins had their personal aspects of beef, and then you leave it to me, Sev Loke, you leave it to me in my time. You know what I'm saying? I took shit to extreme, so I'm out there really pressing lines on my beliefs in this Crippin', and I'm out there turned up for the keyways. And I didn't even think about anything else but what was going on in the turf. You know, and then, you know, when you start growing and you mature and you understand shit and you see shit, penitentiary taught me a lot. There's so much different aspects, especially the cripping. It's like there's different separations and this. And at first, it's a culture shock to me because when I'm growing up, anybody that's a keyway, homie, they good with me. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Mexican. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if you keyway, we all under one rap, but that's just not how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how it is. So yeah, it's wild, homie. It's wild. East side though. Me too, be cool with other races. Yeah, saying that's the reality, though, to be honest, because over there in the West side, bro, my older relatives in the West, I have some uncles that are G's, right? I got family that are GKIs too. I got family that are NSMs. I got family that are from Bloods. I got family that are from Bloods and this and that. And they did not, my whole life, bro, they did not like how East Side Mexicanos from the projects act. The rap old truths, they hated that shit. My cousins would come to the function, braided down, Mexicanos all crazy, braided down, homie, just super. And we learned that shit. They didn't like that shit. They were like, bro, y'all fools trying to be black. That's what they would always say. And we would have to bang over that shit because, like, bro, we are project babies. We're not pretty boys and we're not none of that shit, homie. Like, we're project babies, homie, and we literally, that's who we are. We don't give a fuck about what you feel. We don't care about none of that shit. And that's what it is. But yeah, bro, that's one thing about the East Side, homie. It was more, there was a lot of more diversity, especially in the East Side. Especially in the East Side. There was racial tension in LA. Yeah, they have a lot of that shit going on, homie. A lot of that shit. So now getting to this, and this is where we'll pick off on this. The essays never, ever got to Denver in general, right? I'm talking about real essays, like real Sureños. They never made it to Denver at all. In my day, we didn't see Sureños. You had to go out of the Denver metro to see Sureños. That was the real in it. That's just the real reality. Sureños was not liked by anybody in the city. This whole town, really, we used to say this is a SK city. No Sureños allowed in the Denver metro at one time. Not even the Odies that went to prison and started messing with Sureños. At one time, they didn't like Sureños at all. At one time, they used to say they was SK too. They used to say, hey, this is an SK thing. We don't ride with Sureños. When the Denver car started in prison, bro, the Odies that eventually clicked up with Sureños, some of them fools, they were actually with the Denver car to go against the Sureños. They were kicking with some of the Swampton Chicky 30s on the yard to go against the Sureños because that Denver car, that's all that was. That Denver car, that's what they built that for, to go to war with the Sureños. Because anybody in the penitentiary at that time, early 2000s, 90s, 2000s, all the way to whatever, they said they have a truce. Everybody knows the Sureños was tripping on them yards. They were tripping all the way, homie. They were tripping and saying certain cliques couldn't be on there, and certain cliques were there was a green light on certain cliques. So the Denver car, which is the bigger population of Chicanos, all clicked up in the penitentiary. Now I know a lot of people ain't gonna say this, and a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this, but yes, you had Chicano Bloods. You had Northside Denver, you had Westside Denver, you had some of the G's, you had the Northside Hitmen, you had the Odies, the Swampton Chickies, because a lot of the Chicky 30 Crips, they were not going to be involved with that shit either, though. But you had all them cliques come together to have the numbers to go to war with the Sureños. It worked. It worked for a time frame. But when you have that many neighborhoods all riding together, you always have the power, right? The chief. I don't want to follow this aspect. So nah, we do our own thing. So that's why it didn't really work. But there was a couple situations where then Denver Carfools, they actually got the better hand of the Sureños. You would only see them on the west side. But okay, and I get that, but they didn't really have that. They didn't really have that present. They didn't really establish like a neighborhood, right? They didn't really root. Oh, this is BPS from West Side, and they had a whole hood. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like they might have been out here, but they never got established as a hood, Sureños. Because as soon as at one time in the Denver County, bro, I remember when the G's and the Sureños was into it tough, right? Every Sureño that was coming to the Denver County, them G's were all the way on their head. Like, what up, G? You can't be on here. Check off. I remember a time when I was doing time in the county, the Sureño, the baby homie, he became a solid fool in the prison, right? Because I heard stories and I ran into him. But the G's try to come at that fool so vicious. And he was like, bro, I can't check out, so I'm going to fight. So they rushed that fool, Brown. His name was Brown. He was an SA fool. He gets to prison, and the same G's that were actually on the yard, they ran into that fool, and they made them fools get the heads up for it wouldn't be a war. And that Sureño fool was mixing up the little G fool, bro. And the little G fool was actually my homie. He was my Sally. So yeah, man, it's wild. You're right. I met my first Sureño in about 1997, maybe 97. They were definitely far few in between, but that didn't take long. They are a powerhouse. Yeah, I don't know. They might, you know what I'm saying? They might be in the town now, but it was a different time frame at that time. What up, Blue? What's cracking with you, Brody? It was a different time frame at that time. It's a different time frame now too for anything, bro, because now like what was going on the yard when I was in prison is not what's going on in the yard now. They don't really even be tripping. I was told that from many different people from the north and the Sureños and the Southsiders that they don't really be tripping. You know what I'm saying? They're not tripping like they were. Yeah, it's just wild, man. Times have changed, though. Times have changed, man. Yeah, we'll never get that. We'll never get that aspect back of the points in the East Side, bro. But there was definitely a lot of history that came from the points, man. A lot of history, a lot of old timers from the points, homie, that have a lot of pride are no longer here. And you know what I'm saying? They had to clean up the points, though, man. They definitely had to clean up the points. They had to clean it up because there was too many people dying in the park over overdose. Crack cocaine had hit the East Side. That was another thing is too. Crack cocaine, whenever you had that drug, bro, anywhere, homie, you was gonna have the domino effect of having that shit in the hood. East Side Denver, that was like the biggest thing. We didn't know about meth or none of that shit. It was all crack cocaine. A lot of fools were serving out the block over there, homie. Should have tried to take on the MSM, but didn't realize all the Denver cliques made a pack. Yeah. Now to be real, Sureño at one time, homie, they were powerful where they were trying to bully all the Chicanos in the system, really. Not just the NSMs. They were trying to basically power the whole system for Mexicanos. And they had a 5-on-1 rule, homie. They had a 5-on-1 rule. Like if they wanted to get you off the yard, they're gonna run in 5-on-1 on you. They didn't give heads up. There was no heads up with them fools, homie. So the Denver card realized what it was going to take to ease that up, and they kind of formed, homie. And they actually asked me to ride with that shit, and I had told this, bro, but I was not going to ride with the Denver card. No, I couldn't. It was not at that time. I was too activated in my politics. I was not gonna try to click up with anybody that didn't agree with what we did. If you didn't like, you know what I'm saying? I know all them fools don't agree with it. And on the streets, they'll get at you ASAP. So I'm not gonna click up with them fools from other hoods. If you wasn't cripping at the time, homie, I'm not gonna chill with you and befriend you on a yard. You know what I'm saying? That's just my views at that time, definitely. You know? Sad state of affairs. I still experience a little bit of that aspect on 20. Damn, for real. Which one? What happened? Oh, yeah. Devastated us, bro. Devastated our community. Everybody was addicted to that shit. So yeah, bro, that's kind of why I didn't actually join the Denver card, bro. That's why I didn't join the Denver card. And them fools presented it. They presented it in a good way to me. And it was a official bona fide person that presented this to me. And you know, from the outside looking in, it looked actually like a good game plan, right? They presented it, and it was like something that you would want to be a part of, the Denver car, all the Denver Chicanos. But then they started telling me like who was a part of it and who was all going to be functioning together. Because when you say a car in the penitentiary, bro, you breaking bread with these dudes. You're giving your life in their hands if some shit pop off, a war. You got to work out with some of these fools. You got to work out on the yard with these dudes and kind of just like wipe the peace, wipe the negativity and any hatred. And at that time I wasn't willing. I didn't want peace. I didn't want peace at that time. I didn't want peace at that time, bro. I didn't care about that shit. I was not going to click up. I was not going to try to click up with fools I didn't like. That was just my belief. If it wasn't at the time, bro, like you either going to stay 100 to your cripping, or you going to just become, you going to look in yourself in the mirror, be like, I broke weak because these fools are asking me for numbers. That's what, that's what it came down to. They needed the numbers. I told the fool that presented it, like, I straight said, hey, where the Crips at though? Who has the keys for the Crips? And the fool dropped me off at the Lokes house. The fool just dropped me off like he was dropping the fool at daycare. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't do it, man. It was not in my blood to do that shit, bro. Because I see it like this too. If one of the key ways get into it with some fool from the Denver car, now I'm in a position and I got to choose up. Now I'm forced to ride against the Lokes. I'm never going to ride against the Lokes. Now I'm in a predicament like, damn, bro, I'm in the middle of this shit. So it's always best to stay 100 to who you are. It's always best to stay 100 to your politic and who you are. Because all that other shit, bro, I seen fools get in a wreck over that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I seen it. That's just how I actually seen it. But some fools see it different, some fools see it different. So yeah, man, my high salute to the homies, man. My high salute to all you guys. That was a solid move Denver made, because the Sudanos is definitely a powerhouse in California. Yeah, man. I mean, they did, homie, and like I said, bro, it worked for them. It worked for them for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They had a different situation, bro, where they got out of some of them fools in Ben County, bro. I was in GED when it popped off, and they actually had the numbers to combat with them dudes. And actually, they got it up with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So it worked. It definitely worked. And you can't take none from how they felt. That domino affected to other places, and basically they were trying to line that shit up in all the penitentiary. At one time, they were trying to make that a thing. They were trying to actually make that a thing where they lined that up in all the penitentiaries. But I don't know. I left before I really seen if it took off, and obviously it probably didn't. It probably really didn't. You know what I'm saying? It probably didn't take off in other penitentiaries, because I think honestly, OGs from different sectors, they were not going to take orders from these other fools from this neighborhood and this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it probably didn't last too long. But I remember when that shit started, man. I remember when that shit started. That was the first time I seen a Chickie 30 and a Odie chilling. That was the first time I actually seen the Chickies and the Odies sit at a table together. First time I ever seen that shit. I said, damn, homie, this is on a whole nother level, because that's another one of them. That's another one of them conflicts that go back to old times, bro. They don't like that. They have history in that conflict. So you would never in your right mind, especially knowing what it is, you would never think you would see a Chickie and an Odie at the table together. And they were all representing the East Side. Now, Benton County was a little different, though. Benton County was kind of different because there was actually Swampton Chickies that were on the yard. And then you had Chickie 30 Crips that were on the yard. So, like, couple of my Chickie 30 Crips, they didn't actually chill and do the Denver car thing either. They were like, nah. And one of the OGC's original gangsters, the OGC fools, he was so into the Denver car. That was his shit, the Denver car. He actually tried to promote us being down with the Denver car too. And the Chickies and the OGCs actually have family ties on the streets, right? It kind of left them separated and not talking. I actually stopped talking to that fool too, but he chose the Denver car over Crippin'. And then one of the Denver car fools get into it, one of the Crips, and the Crip breaks his jaw. So now that fool was in a predicament. That fool was in the middle of a whole conflict, and he was just trying to get shit detonated because he was in the middle of that shit. You know, he was actually in the middle of the whole situation. Because who are you gonna ride with at that point? Are you gonna ride with these fools from the Denver car? Or are you gonna ride with the Lokes if it pops off? Now you stuck in a whole middle. I said, damn, bro, that shit's wild. I knew that shit was gonna come back and have a domino effect when he approached me with that shit too. I knew that shit. I said, damn, homie, you can't play both sides of the fence. You can't be on this side with the Crips and then be on this side with the Denver car, because if it pops off, you're gonna be in the middle, and that's gonna be a domino effect on your ass, and you're gonna be fighting that whole war. And at that point, I can't fight that war. You know what I'm saying? My hands are tied with that shit. But yeah, no, that was that, man. That was an interesting situation. Salute. Yeah, that shit was wild though, homie. That shit was crazy. But yeah, no, that's what it is. I just wanted to answer the question for the homie. I wanted to chop it up with the homie. He had asked that because he came from California, the fool Mike. And you know, he was so just like interested about what was going on out here because there's a lot of shit, you know, where he from, bro, it's a little different. Where he from, it's totally different, you know. But like I was telling him, people that are from the city only talk about their experiences growing up, homie, right? We talk about our experiences growing up and the history of what we grew up in. And like out here, we're going to tell you our experiences. And there was time frames very much so, bro, like a lot of dangerous eras in the Denver history where fools turned up a whole war, homie. And a lot of times, homie, this is how deep it is. With certain different aspects of sectors, the people in the streets know when the war is flaring up. Not everybody even knows that this war is flaring up, but the fools that are tapped in to these areas and tapped into the streets, not everybody's even going to know this shit. When a fool gets knocked off from a certain neighborhood, you already have like people, you already in them neighborhoods, you already pinpoint who it might be. And then the rumors start, and then shit gets popped up, and like, bro, shit's cracking right now, bro. They chipped off one of the homies. Now it's cracking, but not everybody's gonna see that shit besides the fools that are really tripping. And I was telling him too, is like, if you're a civilian, and I say this all the time, if you're a civilian and you're not from here, nobody gonna recognize you, homie. Nobody's gonna put you and automatically just get to hating you because you're from here and that. You're a nobody in the city. Nobody, you're not identified. You don't have no history of getting at nobody. Nobody has history of getting at you. So yeah, you probably gonna be on the low and chilling. You're probably gonna be good in the city, definitely. But there's a other side to this shit too. You go out and play in the streets and you play around certain people and you play with fire and you want to tap into the streets and, you know, see what the streets is about. There's an aspect of, bro, you might get caught up with some shit that you don't want to be caught up in. And not just falling victims to the streets, because it's happened to many people that came out here, but you might be around some shit where you get some time because you're dealing with these fools from some hoods. It's not a good aspect, bro. It's not even a thing to go look in another person's city to see what it is and what gangbanging is and what is this. Like, that's not your job to come to be a detective about what's going on in the city of Denver or what's going on in this little city. That's not your job. Your job is to live life and, you know what I'm saying, like, be blessed. Go to another city and enjoy the city, not look for the trouble in the city, you know? Because that's the biggest argument on all these platforms is Denver and Denver. Like, look at the homie that came in here. He was like, Denver's weak. Denver's weak. Denver, like, bro, first and foremost, homie, like, when you say shit like that, you're mocking everybody that done died in the streets out here. That's not weak, homie. People dying in the streets is not weak, bro. That's sad, homie. And to advocate for it to be more turned up than it really is, that's not a good mindset, bro. You advocating for fools to get chipped off and little youngsters getting chipped off in the streets. I really don't advocate for that shit. I don't really think that's cool. I don't think a murder rate is cool. I don't think advocating for a city to be the most deadliest. I don't think that shit is cool whatsoever. I don't think it at all. When I hear about Chicago and how many people die in a weekend, bro, it's mind-blowing to me, homie. These fools really don't even have opportunities to even live life because their fools are so into drill and killing everything, bro. It's like, bro, y'all really just don't have you just don't have no compassion on humanity. You ain't even allowing your kids to actually live because you so into the murder rate and you killing for reasons that you don't even know. You don't even know why you killing these dudes. You just don't like them because they from this aspect. You never even had no problems with these dudes and you just killing. That doesn't even make that to me, bro. Like in my honest opinion, that doesn't even make a city gangster. That don't even make a city gangster. Like just because fools are killing doesn't make a city gangster, bro. Like that's to me, that's not what the definition of gangster is. You know, because soft fools kill all the time. Soft people kill all the time, bro. These suckers be killing all the time. These fools that don't even know what they doing. They killing, homie. How can you even label them little dudes as gangsters? But they're the ones that are killing. Oh yeah, hot wings, homie. Unless you kind of feeling bad, eat some chicken noodle soup. But hot wings are all hot wings. I mean hot wings. They still listening to the DJ Quick song. Yeah, bro. But any real person, bro, any real individual, right? Anybody that's ever like understands like losses and shit, and understands like no matter where you are, it can be serious, bro. Like no matter where you are, you can be looking in the face of death, homie. Anywhere, small, little. Gonna understand there's always a danger in any place you go. There's always gonna be a danger. And real individuals that understand that, they understand you got to have respect. You have to have respect for where you go. It's not about where you're from. It's about where you're at. Hell yeah, hot wings all day. It's about where you're at. It's not about where you're from. It's about where you're at, right? You got to respect the backyard you go to. Respect keeps people alive, bro. Respect keeps people alive. To all the people that don't understand that, just understand when I tell you, respect keeps people alive, not disrespect. Disrespect will get you in a wreck or get your life taken, homie. You'll get your life taken behind disrespect. Bullies will die out here because they're just disrespectful. People that are alphas, they eventually die. I know alphas even in my hood, homie. Even in the east side that were alphas and they literally bullied everybody. You know what happened? Eventually the hood took them out. The hood took them out. Every bully I know out there that really was a bully and just bullying people and with no respect, eventually they get taken out by their own environment. Because not everybody's gonna play with that shit. You go in disrespect, you might die at the hands of somebody that's like is not gonna play with that. Little fool will kill you if you disrespect them, bro. Little fools are disrespected, they'll kill you. And it's just a revolving door. It's just a revolving door. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You was literally facing death, homie. You was looking in the eyes of death. Like real shit. You didn't even know it at the time. God had a better plan for you. But you didn't know that shit at the time. I didn't know that shit because there was one thing about me, homie. I was disrespectful. I had a loose ass mouth. I literally disrespected everybody. Especially when I was just in a zone of banging. Yeah, homie. I really was just disrespectful to the max. I did shit intentionally to be disrespectful just to get rises out of people to get at them. You know what I'm saying? And now that I think about it, I know many times, bro, I was actually, to be truthful, I was probably caught slipping. Yep. Many different times, bro. And now that I think I could think about shit, I'm like, damn, fool, how did I even get away with that half of that shit? But there's always a purpose. Always a purpose. Damn. And I was blued down, heading to my desk. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, fools will kill you, you know, and that's the sad part is because people will they'll make statements over little things like that, with the color you're wearing. Now, color banging went out the window a long time ago, right? A lot of color banging went out the window. But there's little fools that still be on that time that will kill you over just the color you might be wearing. I know when I was younger, colors was a big thing to us. So we see shit that just look gang related in a certain color. We going like this. Who is this? Our whole attention's going that way. Our whole bad energy's going that way. And I know if I was out there doing that shit, this era is 10 times worse than what we was doing, because this era, they ain't fighting. You ain't even fighting nowadays. There's no fighting. Everybody trying to shoot shit up. So you know how it goes with youngsters now, man. It's like everybody's shooting some shit up. Yeah, they don't. It's not how, like, in the 90s you could actually sometimes get a fair one. You could hop out on the fools you didn't like and fade out. Hell yeah, homie, look at that. Look at the color on that shit. The color scheme, Marada. Hell yeah, homie, look at that color scheme, though. I had to pick this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I had to. So when you go to other cities, especially, bro, you gotta understand, homie, like, most likely the fools in the cities that be in these cities that be in politics, they already deal with their own shit. They're not worried about you. They're not worried. They got histories of what they've been doing for a long time. You're not really a threat to them, so you're not going to get tripped on at all. But I for the most part, bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, I've never been to a city, bro, where fools got to tripping just because you're walking down their main avenue. And you know why? One big reason too is, bro, because I know how to carry myself with respect. I don't go to another city, bro, and just automatically just be disrespectful either. So I know how to carry myself with respect. And it's got me far in other cities. It's got me hella far in other cities, right? You got to understand that shit. That's kind of what the situation is. You kind of have to understand that and put it into your everyday activities, bro. Everyday activities. I say this all the time, bro. There's, like, for individuals that's been in the city for so long, your backyard will be the most dangerous to that individual that grew up in that city. The backyard will be the most dangerous. Nothing in these other cities is going to be more dangerous than your own backyard. I went to other cities that were technically bad and all this, bro, and I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of the badness because I wasn't looking for that shit. I didn't go out to other cities and be like, I heard there was a lot of murders. Where's the murders going on? I didn't even look for it. I didn't even see it. And to this day, there's parts of places I went and I still think it was peaceful. And actually it's terrible, but I didn't look for it. I didn't care about it. Nobody knew me. That was another thing is too. I'm walking down the main Ave and ain't nobody pressing me over who I am or where I'm from. Nobody even recognized me. So I didn't see the violence, and the people were just more tend to talk to me and say, hey, you're not from here? No, I'm from Denver, bro. What you come out here for? I'm just passing through, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to see your city, man. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Hey, Jess, that was probably one of the biggest things I learned in prison. One of the biggest things I learned in prison, bro, is the respect. The respect is the whole get down about prison. Prison is full of just rules and regulations and principles. In prison, you won't get far being disrespectful either. Prison will handle disrespect. And I see little youngsters come in the system and they have a disrespectful demeanor. And immediately, bro, you'll see that dude change because they understand that people are not going to play that shit in prison. Out here, a lot of people don't understand that because there's not a lot of consequences and different things no more either. So in there, you can't run away from it either. You can't run away from your situation. So if you're disrespectful and you get into a wreck over it, you're going to have to deal with that shit, you know? And that could potentially be your life. That could potentially be your life in prison. You know what I'm saying? Them convicts and them old numbers, they're not going to play with somebody just being disrespectful. And you don't even have to be disrespectful intentionally. If you're doing disrespectful shit in the unit, bro, and you're being too loud early in the morning, you might get in a wreck over that shit. You might get in a situation where just because of the environment, bro, you walk in people's spaces in prison. You go through, if somebody's working out and you walk through a whole space of fools working out, they might take you as a threat, and your ass might get done up for that shit. So yeah, man, that's just wild though. But mile high salute to the big dogs, homie. I'm just chilling. What you guys got going on this Tuesday, man? How everybody doing on this Tuesday? I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just relaxing it up. I thought I'd chop it up with the homies for a minute. Come say what's up. You know, I have to start doing a lot more lives in this fashion instead of, you know, direct videos, because YouTube is just they kind of bullshit, bro. YouTube's kind of bullshitting me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to start doing a lot more lives and chopping it up with the family and, you know. But yeah, we you know, that's one thing definitely you got, you know, that's one thing I'll let you guys know and spit it and preach that, bro. It's like just learn respect in life, man. Learn to respect your surroundings, your household. Learn to have respect for the environment. You know, if you go to somebody else's city, ask. That's one thing I can respect about the homie Mike that asked this. He asked, you know, he wanted to know because he always would hear 5 points, and then when he seen what the 5 points was, it was not what people were talking about. Yeah, that's understandable because the 5 points changed a lot, you know. But he wanted an understanding, and that's why he asked me about that. And you know, I appreciate the question. Definitely, I appreciate him asking that instead of just getting this image about what the 5 points really was and then running with that shit. Because you always hear that shit. That's the common argument. Denver, they don't have no hoods in Denver. They never had no hoods in Denver. It's like, damn, fool. You been out here long enough to know what we had? You a native of the town? You really know what's going on in the city? You don't even know about your own city because you don't ran from you. And that's another thing is too. A lot of people come out here and run from their own city. A lot of fools run from their own city. You know why? Because a lot of fools that come out here, they got bad shit in their own city, bro. They got a bad name in their own city. They're just pointing out the facts. These fools be running out to Denver, and they got a whole they done snitched on their hood, or they're running from their hood. That's what makes it funny. It's like, how you gonna talk shit about somebody's city and state, and you're a snitch in your state? Like, you told on a case. They green lighted you out of your own hood, and you can't even go back to your hood. But you gonna come out here and judge off of what you see, but you're no good anyways. you're a no good anyways, bro. You know, you got bad colors in your closet. No, I never understood that. Like, damn, I'm just chilling right now. I was on several platforms. I follow politics, not street politics. Hell yeah. That's what's up, bro. I could dig it. Hell yeah, we just chilling, man. But that's the reality too, because it's like, bro, it's like why you leave your city, man? Why you ain't never been back to your city in 20 plus years? Damn, fool. Let me find out. They put a green light out on your ass in the city. Let me find out they put a green light out on you in the city. You told on your own homies. You done ran from your own city. The backyard say you can't even be out there no more. You in PC on in the free world. You PC'd up in the free world. I don't even know how people breathe. I kind of don't even know how people breathe like that, my homies. Having something that deep that's rooted to their name, and they told on some of their homies, and now they have to face that for the rest of their life. They have to look at that and know that about themselves. I would actually probably off myself if I knew that there was something bad in my closet like that. I couldn't live like that. Snitching, bro. I couldn't live with that jacket, knowing, just me knowing myself, it would eat me up alive. Because that's one of the when I was growing up, that was one of the biggest rules, bro. No snitches in this culture. You ain't even allowed to actually walk on the face of the earth if you a snitch. Your whole gangsterism get took out. I wanted to be able to do it, bro. I would just knowing that about myself, like, damn, fool, I snitched. Yeah, that shit would have made me hella sick. Like, I'm a no good, homie. I'm a no good. That's a sad way to live, homie. That's a sad way to live. That's like going to prison, bro, and you over there messing with the dude on the yard. Like, damn, fool, this fool messing with a whole on boy. And you still portraying like you in these streets with a whole on relationship with a dude. I don't know about y'all, but that's a no bueno. If that's what you're gonna do and that's your life that you're gonna live, go be with the dude and leave the gangbanging alone. You can't be a gay gangster, bro. You can't be a gay gangbanger. But they be doing that shit. Bro. That's common. And this fool was a gay gangster, homie. That's all bad, my homies. That's all bad. I seen that shit with many different people. They be going to prison, bro, and they fall in love with a full-on tranny. And sometimes, bro, it'll be the fools that you think would never do that shit. It'll be the solid most ones that you never think would do that shit. It's like, bro, why, homie? You out of everybody, bro? Why you breaking the code like this? Why you messing with this dude? And you're going home in some years, bro. You ain't even a lifer. You were just gay for the stay. Can't get bro. That's a no bueno, homie. In love with some dude on the yard, bro. And that'd be the first one I'd be like, that'd be the first one that'd be trying to call out the city, the state. That'd be the first one that'd call out the whole state and try to make opinions about what's this and what's that. Like, nah, bro. You don't even have a voice no more. Your voice got took. Your voice is no when it's done. Your voice is no. You don't have a good voice. You can't even talk about this shit no more. You got these other fools trying to they still trying to cope with it, and they throwing a blind eye to this shit, and they trying to make excuses for it. Like, damn. I mean, it that is true, my homie. That's a true thing, bro. That's a true thing. And I want to be. I'm not just saying this because I just saying it, bro. I know some fools that I know, bro. I know some people that I grew up with. That I know, I grew up with I was actually in the trenches with some of these dudes, and come to find out, bro, they let prison get to them, homie, and they got an aspect of letting the dude do some crazy stuff when they were in the cell together. And these are fools that were solid on the streets, and it's like, now I'm like, damn, homie, why? You were going home. You were going home, bro. You were not even there for a life sentence, and you're going home in some years, and you foul to your morals and values that quick. Prison done turned you out that quick. And I know people are gonna say, let fools do whatever they're gonna do, and you know what I'm saying, it doesn't bother you. It does. It really does affect a lot of the program, though, bro. Because this is the thing, is, man, when it comes to the aspect of any type of rules and regulations and code, homie, that's a no bueno in the code. That's a no. You can't even side with even trying to argue that shit. No. And I seen a lot of solid individuals, bro, get turned out. I seen a lot of solid fools get turned out, and people will make excuses for it. I seen some of the killers, and some of the fools that were solid, bro, and they literally stepped on their morals and values. What up with it, my brody? What's good with you, fam? It's all bad, homie. To me, you can't even bounce back from that shit. For me, you can't even bounce back to that shit from that shit. Because you're always gonna have that secret. Even when you get out, you always gonna have that secret. You was messing with a full-on dude in prison, and now you out here with your family. You got a baby's mom. You're married. Does she even know you had Skittles on the yard? Does she know that you was chilling with Skittles and Shayla on the yard? That was your shim and the side shim. Does she know? You out here bringing that love to her and knowing damn well you was in a full-on relationship with some dudes. Little youngsters. Let me break this down to you little dudes, man. I seen little youngsters going with new numbers, and because of the circumstance of prison, little youngsters get turned out by the old school convicts. And you don't really have a choice, because if you don't belong to no politics and you're just trying to do your time, them old school fools, they might be on your helmet, bro, and you might become somebody's girlfriend. That's the cold hard facts. And if you're not built to survive, homie, or have people that really are gonna ride with you, you're a sitting duck. Them old school fools that have been doing time forever, they gonna look at you as a prize. As soon as you hit that compound, if you got some predators, and there's a lot of predators, they gonna try to chip you off, and they gonna try to make you a house. They're gonna try to make you the housewife. I seen fools get turned out, bro. Turned out. Sad, homie. New fools that hit the compound, And then fools that are doing a lot of time, oh, I want that little dude. He's kind of, oh, yeah, I want that. Yep. It's good, bro. That's what I've been saying about some other ones that you never wanted to believe. Yeah, man, it's a sad situation, homie. Nah, and that's not even an overstatement, Jess. I seen some little youngsters that didn't have no chance. No chance. Soon as they hit that yard, bro, them fools was having a full-on meeting. The Predators. Damn, I want that one. That's mine, homie. And all of a sudden you see little Tommy. He befriends this dude. And now he's fully on house duties, cleaning the house. He moved little Tommy into the cell, and now this fool he got to clean the house, homie, and just basically be this errand boy for this dude. And what comes with that, them old school convicts that never get out. Oh, you think you living there for free? You doing sexual activities to this dude because he don't care. That's why you little fools that think y'all be so tough and gang banging and y'all young, you need to take heed to that shit. Because I don't care how tough you think you are out here. I don't care even if you have a pistol out here. You might get somewhere where you don't want to be, bro. And if you don't even know that atmosphere and some real fools pushing up on you, you ain't even going to have a chance in the penitentiary. You're going to be a victim of the penitentiary. They will put Kool-Aid on your lips and change your life for real. Hell yeah, you definitely gonna have a sugar daddy. You definitely gonna have a sugar daddy. So all you little fools out there that think that the life and all this being bad to your parents and being a little renegade and you know what I'm saying, all these fools that think that, bro, that think that it's cool to act like you gang banging and you from a certain gang. Just think about that. Think about old school Jimmy that wants you. Think about pulling up to the yard and you got an old school predator, homie, fully engaged with you while you doing squats and working out in the unit, bro. He might be looking at you like a creeper at the gym, looking at the female squatting. You might be the center of attention to all these predators, bro. And they over here talking, who's gonna get you, who's gonna turn you out the fastest. Yeah, summer of violence is up. Shit will be popping off even on the soccer field. Hey, let's speak about that. What's good with all my rotters, man? I hope everybody's good out there. We just educating these little youngsters. I think that they think that gang banging in the streets, and we was on like 6 different topics, but I'm just making it clear. I see all these little fools that be around me, bro, and they don't even have to actually go down that path. They don't have to go down that path. And they be out here trying to impress everybody. And you know what I'm saying? They be out here trying to do the most with this gang shit. And don't even know, bro, when you get to the penitentiary, who you are, you're not going to have nobody that actually going to vouch for you to be from any hood, especially if you ain't really tapped into any hood. And then you're going to be a sitting duck. And you think them gangbangers that you say that you a part of are going to back your ass up. Who the hell is you? You ain't no official nothing. You somebody that chose this shit and you trying to gangbang, and now you on the yard and the gangbangers done gave you to the predators. Because that's what's going to happen, homie. You either going to be preyed on by the gangbangers, because you might be preyed on by the gangbangers that you think that that's what you was. They might see an easy opportunity for some money, and they tell you, in order for you to be here, you're going to have to call your mama to send rent money. And when I say rent money, you might be paying rent to these fools to even be on the yard. And now you call them mama, and you're like, bro, I need some money because they're saying $35 a week. You got to send $35 to the gang that you think you're a part of. And if you don't, you're going to get shipped off that yard. And if that's not the case, they might tell the predators, he ain't with us. He ain't with us, so do whatever you want. And then that's when you become Lil Sally. That's when they change your name from Silas to Sally. And now you on the yard, and they turned you into a full-on prison wife. Ugh. And mama can't come save you, bro. The next visit, their son became a full-on mija. Their son became a full-on housewife. And it happened to a lot of them dudes, man. It happened to a lot of them dudes, bro. Every yard has a Shayla. You ain't lying on that. You are not lying about that shit. That's why it's just kind of it's kind of crazy, bro, to see little youngsters nowadays, man. They trying to be a part of so much, and it's like, you definitely don't need yeah, bro. That's another one too. Fleece, man. Y'all go check out Fleece Johnson. Y'all go check him out, man. Y'all go definitely check him out and tell me how that makes you feel. You want to be that? You want to be that? And this is another thing is, bro, not to get on no aspect of political shit too, like the little waifus that be going in there, homie. The little waifus. You probably don't have no ounce of racism in you, and you gonna get on the yard and they gonna press the line on you so bad that you're going to have to ride for this shit that you don't even believe in. This is not even you. And then when it pops off and there's some shit going on, you're going to be the first fool that they tell to go handle their business. You're going to go handle that shit. You don't have no choice, homie, because they're going to handle you if you don't handle that shit. You done data. And now you forced to live a way that ain't even you. Now you forced to really live up to what these fools are saying you're going to do. And that's when now you made a bed that you don't want to even be, because you're not racist, bro. You're not racist at all. You don't have a racist bone in your body, but you might have to live up to that shit just because prison rules, homie. Just because of prison rules, bro. And if you're not, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of these fools gang banging different aspects and what hood they're from and this hood. If you ain't a real warrior on that aspect, oh yeah, that Colorado drip rotter right there. Look at that shit, man. Denver Skyline, hell yeah. He actually came clutch with that shit, bro. I be seeing all these little fools, man. They be out here gang banged out. It's like you gonna hit that compound and you gonna have to live up to that expectation of being a gang banger. And you're going to have fools that really gangbang, and they gonna be tripping. They going to see where you at. They going to see, and the homies might not even back you up on that shit. And now you're going to have to fight the whole yard like, damn, I didn't sign up for this shit. The worst thing I seen, homie, the worst thing I seen is when a fool walked in and he has 9-10 of the enemies in that unit. Bro, he walks in the unit realizing who's around him, like, oh, bro, the enemies that hate you, they tripping too. Soon as they see you and they know where you might be from, they're pressing like, where you from, homie? Oh, yeah, we got one. We got a victim. To a common person, homie, in prison, that's going to break a person off top, especially if you're not built for that shit. I seen fools break immediately when they hit the yard like, damn. Yeah, you have to. But, to save somebody, man, just don't put yourself in them predicaments. Don't put yourself in them predicaments, man. Oh, shit. If you really from the east side or really about that life, that real, then my life, hell yeah, that's the real shit. That's real. That's the real aspect, bro. There's none. That's 100. Anybody that really went through them trenches really know, homie. Really know. And a lot of people that went through it, bro, they don't want little youngsters to go through that shit. They don't want little youngsters to have to deal with that shit, bro. That's the worst thing ever, homie, is to see youngsters that have potential, bro. For me, see them throw their life away for trying to be gangbangers, bro. What it is, yeah, man. My dad said a good. Hey, that's why honestly, bro, you need solid men in these kids' life, homie. There's not solid men in these people's life, man. There's not solid people, men, bro. I did, you know what I'm saying, a good chunk of my 20s in prison, bro. And I did it the hard way because I politic, bro, and my politics ain't coming. Luckily, I was even raised around hogs that taught me how to survive, because just being real, homie, if I didn't have survival, I probably would have been broke by prison too, because I'm not a prisoner. I'm not a convict. That's not me, bro. But my family taught me how to survive, bro, and have respect and go in there and handle my business accordingly. Plus, I was already in combat because of the streets. But if it wasn't for me, bro, I would actually probably, prison could do that to anybody, homie. And it's wild, fool. It's really wild, homie. But there's a lot of fools that don't even have that, bro. They think they don't even have no respect because people ain't teaching respect no more. So they don't have no respect. I've been north for a long time, always been surrounded by enemies. Yeah, bro. And like I always say, homie, there was the solid ones, and we know the solid ones, bro, because I met some of your homies that was hella solid. They were always in CSP, though. That's how hard a lot of the North had it, bro, when I first found. They were forced to, and these are the fools that were the most solid. They were forced to be aggressors, bro. And that came with really putting in work, because of them Sureños, bro. They were trying to really make it hard for the North at that time. But I can remember a handful of your homies, bro, that I just said, damn, these fools are some savages. But it was not a way to do prison time too, because they would always end up in AdSeg. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that name always comes up, Cisneros, but we spell R with a S. I mean a C. But all the Cisneros from the east side is basically relatives. We got a big family. I'm a Garcia too, from the east side too. Are you like hardly any real men left? Nah, there ain't, my fam. I live right next to Curtis Park on 30th and Curtis. Hell yeah. Yeah. Shit, my grandma lived right there too, man. Right across the street right there. I went to the little preschool in the Head Start right there, bro. Like, I lived on 30th in Champa too, right there. Right across the street from the pool. Last hard man do. Hell yeah, bro. And yeah, bro, like, my advice to anybody, bro, just be a decent person. You know? Be a decent person, homie. Like, it's not like, a lot of people think it's just like a bad thing to just be a decent and a good person, homie. But one thing about prison, homie, I'll tell you this: some of the most killers and the rowdiest fools, they were the best people, and they were all about respect. They were all about being a man, homie. A lot of them prisoners and convicts that were doing life elbows, bro, they were all about being a man. They made a mistake, but in there you had to be a man. You had to be a man of your word. You better not lie in there, bro. You better be a man of your word. You better hold that word and be about what you say. Because in there, you don't be a man of your word. You could die. You could die eventually over not being a man of your word. You better have some rules and integrity, and you better hold that shit with the utmost respect, because like, you ain't gonna last. They try hard. They try here too. I know one prison where homies can't walk on number and get jumped. Yeah, that's how it kind of was, man. That's how it was, you know what I'm saying, out here, like on most yards, bro. But they kind of more now don't have problems like they did. I don't know if it was, I don't know really how much, I don't really know too much of what went on, but I know that they can coexist on yards now too out here. But when I found in the early 2000s, bro, I was just like, damn, fool. And I had a homie from VNT, Body on Northtown, homie. I had some Oakland fool that I knew. he was a rider on the streets, bro. Like he was actually a real life rider in the streets. And he hit the compound, and that fool, as soon as they seen the bird, bro, they literally were tripping. And he came to us, and we actually got him some time because he was like, bro, like I'm just trying to go home, really. And we got him some time, basically saved him for a little bit of time, because we told him, he was like, can I just fuck with you? Because I know you. I said, wow, the Sudanos are tripping, homie, and we can't, unless you're gonna follow all program with us, we can't really do too much but hold some time for you can get that shit situated. They told him to cover his bird. They told him to cover that bird, fool, and he didn't. They airlifted that fool off like in 2 days, bro. They rushed that fool. They did him dirty. And that actually was one of my not my good homies, but I knew him from the streets, and I actually seen him actually put in some work. But you know, you got to understand, with me, I was still young in there too. I didn't really have a lot of pull. I just got some time because he knew me. You know what I'm saying? And it was all messed up, man. What you know about the bamboo? Hey, yeah, yeah. If you original from over there, bro. You know the bamboo. Yeah, I ate there. I ate there a couple times. Hell yeah. You get any snow out there? Yeah, we're gonna get snow this weekend, honestly. Didn't get to see none here this weekend. We got some snow, and then last weekend for the holidays. Not too much though. It's closed if I am not mistaken. And I had some good shit, bro. Like that was a good place to get some good ass food all the time from my hot Cheetos. Hell yeah, that's good shit. Bringing back the memories, man. Y'all remember the what was that shit called? Not shotguns, but sunshines, or what is that place, bro? Where the bar that used to be over there on Larimer? Yep. Old school ticks, homie. Hell yeah. That was some good shit, homie. We miss all that, bro. I miss all that shit. I miss the old school, man. You in Denver, right? I live like about 10 minutes from the Denver metro, but I'm off in the distance in the suburb, homie. I'm in Green Mountain. I live in Green Mountain now. Cold Crush. What you know about the Cold Crush? Yeah, my mom basically lived there. Hell yeah. Yeah. What you know about the Minecas, man? They closed that shit down too. Christmas party, the Ticks. So I don't know if you know my grandpa, but my grandpa had that. My grandpa's big mansion is right next door. We all the Cisneros, so that's my grandpa's house right there. That big ass house that's up by the Ticks. That's Cisneros. That's all the Cisneros family. Like that's all our family and shit. Yup, old school Ticks. You really had to be original East Side baby around in that area to know what the Ticks is. You know what I'm saying? Like that was that private East Side bar. Some old school Ticks. Me too, when I was at the creamery. Shit, man, I missed the old creamery though. I missed that old creamery. I actually went to a big ass fishing trip at the Ticks too. A big ass fishing trip. They would take all the people that were members over there, and they went on this big ass fishing trip to Lake John. That shit was dope. First time I ever went fishing. Let me get this charger. Let me get this charger real quick. You almost know what your nose about? When you're done, I'm gonna get off. The young ticks. Yeah, remember the Lake John? Hell yeah, I went to that fishing tournament. I didn't know how to fish. I was just being a little badass kid. But yeah, we had the tournament. We had the young tournament over there. Did you ever go over there for the tournament? See, now that's original. That's the original right there. The original East Side. Oh, let me see what they saying. Oh, what the hell? Damn, I don't even know what happened to my laptop. What the hell? Okay. Oh. Yeah, Blue House with the big C for Cisneros. Yeah, that's my family's house. That was in my family forever. We got rid of that shit, man. I was sad too. Hey, how much did it change when legal? Man, everybody came out here. Everybody and their dad. We had everybody, bro. Everybody came out to Denver when they. Gosh, because this was like the only place where you could buy weed like liquor. Yeah, Jess. So the Ticks was like, it was an old school, like a lot of old school Chicanos, bro. They were in this like Ticks. It was like a big old family, bro. But they did all kinds of shit in the community, homie, and all the old school Chicano families, bro. They were all like, you had to be a member of that shit. But my uncles were members of that shit, and they would have these big ass parties, and they did a lot of like events over there, fishing trips, big old. I even had one of my family passed away, and they had like a big old thing for the family after, a big old food, and everybody went over there, and it was one of them established, rooted. They still have it. They still have it over there. Oh yeah, you don't know about the Chili Rellenos? What's up, yeah? What's up, my cousin? Oh damn. Hell yeah. All the East Side babies is gonna know. All them East Side babies, the originals, gonna know. Hey, Gats, remember when we was at Lake John for the Ticks, and we were racing, fool, and I biffed it, homie. I done foul on the freaking pavement. That was old school, fool. Yeah, you had to be official member, homie. Like Jess, you had to be one of them members that were original families, like generational from the East Side, bro. All the Mexicanos, and my grandpa has a big old house. We had it in our family since 1940s, bro. The army trucks across the street and the corner store on 26. And my family been over in that area forever. And that house, bro, was the miniature mansion. I used to live over there on Perot, and we used to have big old parties, taking back. Hey, talking about the muñecas, bro. My cousin that just hopped on, he used to have muñecas, the dollies. He had that shit on lock. So he would bring the whole dollies back to the miniature mansion. I'm on Perot, bro. I'll be upstairs because the mansion had 3 floors. And I would hear a big ass party, and I would actually get mad at my cousin. Me and my cousin, we couldn't be in the same household at that time because this fool was he had the club on lock, and I was on Perot. But after, we used to have big ass shows, bro, for Rapo Trues and Launching Gats. We would take the whole after party till 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, all nighters. I'm talking about all night parties. Crazy shit, bro. The whole basement would be a big ass party. The Bloodlines on the East Side. Hell yeah. You already know. Hell yeah. Those was the days, huh, Gats? Super. Those was the days, bro. My grandpa runs The founder. Oh, okay, okay. Hell yeah. That, that's the old school East Side. Hell yeah. That's cool. I'm on the pictures on the wall. Hey, yeah, because you are on the What'd you say, babe? Oh man, Lady Sev, you know it out. You know we had some functions at the mansion. Always was winning the hell yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, it's all in that area, Big Jess. It's the next block over. If you don't know, like if you don't know where the Tix establishment is, Jess, it looks like a house actually. It actually don't even look like a bar. That's how tight it is because it looks like a house. Like it's tucked away. It's like one of them mom and pops. But once you're in there, it turns into a full-on bar, homie. Like it's a big ass bar. But it looks like a house, to be honest. Yeah, hey, gas, we have some days, homie. See, that compound right there, that miniature mansion we're talking about, you couldn't, like, the only fools that knew how to get out the gate, because it has this big ass black gate, you couldn't get out of that black gate unless we let you out. Now, the homies knew how to get out the gate, but we did that like that just on purpose because whoever came over there acting up, you were stuck in that complex. Like you couldn't get out unless we let you out. And if you had problems with any of the homies, because that's who would be over there, you were stuck in that gate until we let your ass out, meaning you might get roller coastered. There's been times where fools got smashed up and literally were begging us to let them out of the gate. And then a couple times we were like, you ain't leaving, but you ain't going to your car. You have to run. And them fools would take off, bro. And the homies would give chase and bash these fools out, knocking fools out of their shoes, bro. It was bad, man. It was bad for anybody that came over there acting up, homie, because you couldn't get out of that gate. Remember that shit, Gats? Hey, man, I have some stories about that compound, bro. It was like, that shit was wild. Oh, yeah, I remember throwing the bike. The bike rim. Remember throwing the bike rim over that gate, fool. Yup. Man, we let that shit go out of the family, bro. I'm so sad. My bad, homie. I did lose that tire too. Hey, but one thing I'll tell you about that property right next door, it was haunted. That mansion was haunted. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I experienced some shit in that mansion because, like I'm saying, we're living over there, bro. But we all knew, like, there was stories in my family from when they were kids. That mansion had a lot of history of being haunted. When I was over there on parole, I actually seen why they said it was haunted. I actually experienced the hauntedness of the mansion, bro. Like, and there's no explanation to this day, homie. I'm not like, there's no explanation. I done seen it. I done heard it. It was like blatantly haunted. And yeah, it was a scary place to be. If you were over there at night, it was scary. Let me just say that. And you had to get so used to it. You had to get so used to that mansion because if you allowed that shit to mess with you, it just got worse and worse at night. You had to act like you didn't hear shit. Like if you heard shit off in the distance, you just act like you didn't hear it. That shit was wild and full. Those was the good old days, man. We sold the mansion next door to yours. Also, that was my uncle's house. Dang, it's the Tix. Then your mansion. Yep. And my uncle's. Okay. They were all haunted. Man, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy, homie. That brings back a lot of memories right there. Hey, Gats, you doing something right now? You doing something? Come up real quick. I want to chop it up with you real quick, fool, if you can. Oh shit! What am I doing? Hey, hit that link if you can, because I wanted to talk to you about. Let me see. I wanted to talk to you about a story that I heard that when you was at the mansion, fool. 10-2. Let's go. You know what it is, Rada. Let's go. They can't stop us, man. They can't stop Broncos country. We on the road, bro, and we ain't losing the number 1 seed either. That's what I'm talking about, homie. I like that energy. Ooh. Broncos country's about to come for that Super Bowl, fellas. I lost my tire. Their mansion's on the side block. Yeah, hey, Jess, we had some days there, bro. Like that mansion was a big old mansion. It was like I told myself, well, we could have bought that mansion because they seized that property, bro. They seized that property. Like we sold everything from my grandpa and all that shit, bro. But when there was parties there, homie, you could have a party in the basement and really didn't hear it. Like it was so big. The house inside was huge. So you really could have a party, and then upstairs you really couldn't hear the party. And sometimes you would come downstairs in the basement, and the whole basement will be filled with the whole club down there, bro. They bring the whole club back to the mansion. Oh yeah, fools is hating on us right now, homie. But let them hate. You know why? Because this just means we're doing our job. We got the whole world on hate mode. We got the whole world on hate mode. So I don't and what's crazy about that too. So the mansion, bro, across the street, my grandpa used to own all them army trucks too back in the day. There was like a whole lot of army trucks. Ancestor spirit, bloodline, haunted, like for real. Those are so many made true life experience. Damn, I got with all these places, even your mansion, your grandpa owned the properties. Yep. And then on 26 in the Arapahoe, 27th, that corner, all like that's crazy that you say that, because even on 26, the corner where the store was, all that was my grandpa's property right there too. And then you go down to Arapahoe on 26th. That was all grandpa's property too. So he owned all that corner, and all them houses, all of them, they were all haunted. They all had like crazy shit going on in them houses. All of them had some paranormal activity shit. That's how I used to pass that mansion all the time and didn't even know. Hell yeah, it was, yeah, bro. That was the good old days right there. But yeah, there was a lot of paranormal activity going on that corner. And I say it like this, like when we go back to what we were talking about, the town, that corner right there had a lot of people die right there, bro. Like there was a lot of people that died on that corner on 26 in Arapahoe. A lot of people. So it got to all kinds of crazy stuff that went on over there. That alleyway, bro, they found people dead in the alley right there. Yeah. So, you know, my family too owned that aspect across the street. That was in our family too. Where they would do like photos and film. And basically, bro, that was our family shit too. Because grandpa, all that specifically, bro, that was our family shit too. I think you might have a tab. You might have a tab. I have a tab open on the top. Have a tab open. Have it YouTube open. Have it YouTube.
Yeah, I closed it.
What's up with it, fam?
Can you hear me?
What's up with it, fam?
What up?
Hey, you experienced when you were living over there like a haunted. Some shit fell off like a oven. Some shit fell off.
Bro. Yeah, we had so in the kitchen one time. So we had an unfinished bathroom right in the kitchen. I used to use that bathroom all the time because it was the closest one instead of running upstairs. And I was in the fucking bathroom pissing, and a freaking pan fell. I'm in this big old house by myself at 3 a.m. in the morning. Took off and still pissing. Never mind. took off running and still pissed all over myself.
Oh, okay. Let's see. They're giving some feedback. Okay, let's see. There's you got an echo, Gads, and you got an echo, Gads, and he's watching you while he's talking to you. Because it has an echo. They're saying might be has an echo. They're saying might.
Yeah. Let me throw some headphones on. That'll probably fix it.
Well. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, give me 1 second. My fault.
I remember selling the Mexican fake. Oh, this was he saw some woo. So I was gonna say, yeah, it still got to echo too. I don't know. Maybe it's about to echo too. Sometimes that comes with two. If you have like tabs, like 2, 3 different tabs on the thing, it might give an echo.
One open, but I closed it.
It might give an echo.
It's all good. We should be good now.
Yo. Yeah. Yeah. It's way better.
Sound better?
It's way better. There's 4 voices. There's 4 voices. Homie said there's 4 voices. We start talking about there's 4 voices. And he said there's voices.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I still might be messing up.
Check. Yeah, still an echo. Let me see real quick. I wonder why he's doing that. I usually don't do it. I wonder why he's doing that. It usually does that is when there's a tab open. Tab open. Do you have on the top? Do you have 2 tabs at the top? Like, can you click between YouTube and like, are you watching YouTube on one of your like? Can you switch between them?
Nah, I closed it. We should be good now. Let me just check my audio.
I know that's because that's pretty much that's what happens. I don't hear echo now. Can you guys hear us? I don't hear echo now. Can you guys hear us? Everything good? It is Dakota.
Is this better? This might be better. Well, let's try this now.
Yo, what's good with it, fam? Can y'all hear us good now?
Yeah, that might be better. That's the way I have my audio studio. That's why.
Oh, okay. Better.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. Like, I remember a couple times, and I don't know how you did that shit. I really don't know how you did that shit and lived there, homie. I remember being there by myself a couple times, and I would hear shit in the attic, and it would sound like footsteps, and I'm like, and it gets louder, and I'm like, bro, I can't start freaking myself out because what the fuck was that? Like, what?
Yeah.
How did you live there, fool? How did you live there by yourself, though?
I had no choice, bro. I had no choice.
He said, I didn't have no choice.
I had no choice. Had to stay there, bro. This shit was scary as hell, though. No bull.
Yeah, that shit was wild. So when I was living over there with you, bro, and I was on parole, me and Jay, I don't know if we told you the story, but we're in the room where we had the bed. And it's like 5 a.m, homie. And I thought you guys, your kids, I thought the kids were running down the hall. So that door somehow just like flings open. And I hear footsteps run down the hall. And Jay heard it too. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm thinking the kids are going to come play. Nobody was at the crib. Nobody, fool. I heard footsteps, like actual footsteps. We both heard it.
Right.
So whatever was in there, it was like a little kid, like it was a little kid like playing. Like it was like, I don't know. It was kind of interesting, homie.
Yeah, they told stories about remember, I've heard stories about footprints being on the snow all the way around, but not leading out or leading in, like little kid
girl,
footprints.
like some little
I
girl.
used to see when I lived at Don Snones on 27th and Arapahoe, you could see Grandpa's his balcony window from the backyard of my house. Remember where your dad got bit by my dog?
Yeah.
So you could see Grandpa's window, and I used to always be able to see like a silhouette of a girl's face, like looking at me.
Nah, homie, when you used to live on the 26th?
Yeah, when I used to live on Arapahoe, yeah.
What did it move or it was just in the window?
I mean, so it was so far away, but you could see a silhouette. So I always thought Grandpa was watching me. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Oh,
come to find
hell
out,
no.
there was like
Oh.
spirits in the house and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, not like the okay. So like we had my family lived on the block right there, 26. They lived on the block 26. Like when they were young, we were kids, and I would go over to your house. And I remember one night it was the night when we were like in the living room, homie, and we played. Remember Sega? It was like Sega. We were playing Sega Channel. We snuck and got caught. But before that, fool, you're asleep, and we're in the living room, and I start hearing like conversation, homie. And I thought it was your dad and mom, but they were all the way out. But you couldn't make out what they were saying, but you could hear in the distance, like it was two figures having a conversation.
Right.
So I don't know what it was, but that house right there, bro, gave an eerie feeling too. There was some crazy shit in that crib. Crazy shit going on in that crib, fool.
Yeah, I mean that whole area is probably freaking haunted. I do know Grandpa Roy's house is super haunted. My house, there was stuff that happened at my house too. Don'ts and owns 2642 Arapahoe Street. You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy. But I remember we pranked you and your wife. You remember when we pranked y'all?
Yeah, fool. But and you got to understand too, because like we're hearing that we know Grandpa shit happened in Grandpa's house, so we hear all this shit. So
yeah, because there's real stuff happening. When we pranked you, it got you good, but like we shouldn't have did that because real shit ended up happening later on that night. Like, should have played with that shit. You know what I mean? But
I remember when we had that New Year's party. That was another prank too, right? Fools was pranking. You guys pranked us when we went into the attic and we're showing off the house, and then they hit the shit all hard, homie. Somebody set that shit up. We had that big ass party.
Well, I remember when you and your wife used to stay in the front room, right?
Yeah,
on the second floor, y'all stood in Grandpa's
office.
Right
where the
balcony
staircase was.
Yeah. So remember that door would it's a heavy ass door, and it would slowly creak if you don't close it all the way.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with your mom, and I told, and it was me, your mom, and my sister. And I was on the phone with her, and I was by the freaking the breaker box.
Yeah.
We told your mom to throw something at the door, and it would hit the door and make it open, right? And then she ran in the attic and started pounding on the ground all crazy. And I turned the lights off all at the same time.
Yeah.
We got you good because you were like pale in the face.
I'm literally because I'm like just experiencing different things, homie. I really that shit. But what made it worse is your sister. She's in on that shit. And
she's still scared.
She's scared. She's more scared than me and Jay at the same time. Bro.
She really got scared. That shit's crazy, bro.
That was some good ass days, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how you dealt with that shit because you lived over there, and I'm like, I don't think I could have did it, fool. I don't think I could have actually lived there by myself, homie.
Yeah, I had to, bro. I had no choice. It wasn't too bad. I mean, we heard stuff, but you just pray.
You had to kind of just like.
I used to throw the headphones on, play video games, not pay attention. Tunnel vision, like try not to pay attention to that shit because the more you feed into it, you know what I mean, the worse it gets.
Shit, yeah, that was the good old days, man. And it's a little different over there now, though. We don't really have the mansion no more, but you still go by it. It's still to feel like damn.
They took down the 10-foot gate. Yeah. They took down the paint. They took the sea off the chimney. You know what I mean? Like that shit was all crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe Siobhan, homie. I can't believe she literally just got scared. She got scared. I said, how's she gonna?
How did she get in on something? How did she get scared of something she's in on though? That's crazy.
Playing Pat. Yeah, that was and my stepdad, when my mom had remarried, like he worked over there at that Greyhound station. Randy, yeah, he was working over there.
What, on 25th and Arapahoe?
Yep.
25th and Arapahoe and 25th and Curtis. Now it's just freaking. They knocked down the where they used to park all the Greyhounds on Arapahoe. That's freaking brand new freaking
that's crazy
apartments and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and then they built them high rises right across the street from the school.
Yeah. Crofton, Gilpin. It was Gilpin when I went there. Yeah.
Yeah, I went there when I was a kid too. When I was young, I was at school too.
I remember one time you pulled up over there and I was playing soccer.
He started beating up the little fool over there.
I seen my cousin. I looked over. I seen my cousin watching me from the gate. Started fighting. Started punching the dude up. Like, what the hell?
I have some stories to go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the panel because the StreamYard is acting up. So it's literally it sometimes freezes.
I went to Gilpin too.
People on there, but you know what I'm saying? I plan to buy the StreamYard for I could have like 4 or 5
multiple people. Yeah, you got to pay monthly or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get to do all kinds of different backgrounds and shit, food. Like you can do all kinds of shit with it. You know what I'm saying?
It could be. I mean, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? How old are you? I think I went to Gilpin. I went to Gilpin through 1st and 3rd grade, and then Crofton was 4th and 5th grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I went to both of them schools when I was a kid, homie, Crofton and Gilpin. I went to both of them.
Right.
I was a baby because I was living on 30th in Champa when I was a kid, bro. So I went over there.
By Curtis Park, I remember.
Yeah.
Well,
we moved because we were living on 26. So we were living on 26 where Grandma Lulu was. And then my mom got that house on Champa, right across the street from the swimming pool. And then she moved to Warren Village, the single mom house over there on Colfax, East Colfax.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a little bit younger than me. I'm 37, so
damn, you're 37.
Yeah, I just turned 37 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Happy birthday, homie.
Right on. Yeah, so I mean, you might have been in like 1st grade when I was in 3rd because I was born in November, so I'm kind of like a year behind. But yeah, we probably didn't have no classes together or nothing. Karma.
You went to Maury Middle, huh?
I went to Maury, yeah.
Maury Middle.
My parents tried to keep me away from Cole, Emmanuel. You know, they tried to.
It was like, you ain't going.
Yeah. I used to be like, all my friends are going to Cole. Why can't I go to Cole? They're like, you're going to Maury. But I get it now that I'm.
But a lot of East Side kids was over the going there though.
I mean, half the East Side either went to Cole, and the other half went to.
I know a lot of the Eastville fools. They all went to Maury. A lot of fools that lived in the East Villages. Yeah, they went to Maury.
Yeah, see. Jesse said he's my age and he went to Maury too. Do you remember Miss DeNoble?
Damn, Miss DeNoble. You know where I went for middle school and elementary and high school? I went to Denver Street School, fool, for the Spallies. And that was right across the street at.
Remember, I went there too. You and Thug One came to pick me up one time at Emerson Street School right there.
Yeah, Emerson, fool.
Emerson. Because I got expelled.
That's when the shit was popping off with the fools, and we almost fought out. We almost got into it with all the high schoolers.
Yeah, because he had the free. He he had the gang stuff on his back.
The little fool got killed. Remember, the little fool got killed like a week before that. That's what they were tripping on. And they blamed it on the East Side trays, and that's what he was tripping on. It was his cousin, fool. So when he already had some conflict with you, he was mad about that shit. But I remember the whole high school out across the street.
Jesse said Mr. Waytek. That was the gym teacher, Mr. Waytek. And then Miss DeNoble, if you know Miss DeNoble, that means you was a badass because she was like the detention teacher.
That was your detention teacher right there.
Yeah, bro. But Mr. Wartek, he was tight, bro. He was cool. He was the gym teacher. I used to wrestle there. We used to have the freaking the swimming pool over there. Like that was a cool school. I had some days over there. That's when I first started weight training and shit. That shit was cool.
Didn't Siobhan go over there to Maury?
I think she did.
Siobhan went to Maury too, huh?
I think she did, yeah. Yep.
Fools are reminiscing. See, this is how you know when fools are from the town, because you could just have conversations like this. You know what I'm saying? Like other people in the city, they wouldn't even know what the hell we're talking about. They'd be like, what?
Right.
Well, I like when you have a conversation, people just pick up on it because they're all from Colorado. They're all from the Denver Metro, homie, instead of, yeah, that for real, that's what happened. Like, yeah, fool, that's what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, he
went to Maury too.
Yeah.
Right here too.
Yeah, he went at the same time as me. He's only a year older than me. Oh, Nerino?
Yeah, he went to Maury too. He said,
yeah, Mr. Wartek. I remember when we used to play freaking dodgeball. That used to be my stuff. That used to be the fun stuff over there. Dodgeball in the PE, the gym teacher. That's what's up. I wonder if we had any classes together.
Did they pick you up? Did they pick you up on the block to go to school to Maury?
Nah, I used to walk.
Damn, all the way from the block?
Yeah. Well, there was a bus, but I chose to walk with the homies and fuck around and do my thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah. Now we miss all the Denver natives. Everybody moved out. Everybody from Denver
dodgeball was
moved.
the truth. Yeah, Denver. I had to come back. I left for a couple of years. I went to Colorado Springs. So I was like, okay.
Hell yeah. I think we all had to get away for a little minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, this house, like they're saying, bro, it helps because it's like this brings back memories, and you can talk, and we're all. That's why these communities are so very important, because it's just like help us get back to like what we grew up, Denver, like Denver shit. You know, like everybody that talks about Colorado now, it's the Rhino District, and you know what I'm saying. You go to the block, and they have gardens in the block, in the hood, gardens where they grow food.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
Vegetables, and you know what I'm saying. Like this is why we do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I moved to Aurora and Boulder, and then came back. Hell yeah! So and that's crazy because my mom took me out the hood and moved to the west. And as soon as I got to the west side of Denver, bro, I'm going to these schools, and I just really just didn't get along with any of these fools because they were already doing what they were doing. Somehow I always migrated back to the hood. I'm going all the way from the west back to the hood. Any way I could get back to the east side, if I could sleep over at cousins, my grandma's house, I'm going over there. I'm literally going on the bus and not even supposed to being over there. I don't even think there would be times I would just go over there because the family's on the block and I'm chilling on the corner like I'm back.
That's a second home. That's a second home. Yeah,
I didn't want to be over there in the West Denver or, you know what I'm saying, far west. I'm like, bro,
you were just there because you had to. You know what I mean?
And then when I went to Denver Street School for Spallies too, Denver Street School, that's only 10 minutes away from the block. So my grandma Mary's over there in the hood and auntie, so I'd migrate over there to their house. Like, yeah, I got to get back to the east side.
Just the talent show in the 4th grade. I remember a talent show. I was trying to perform my big brother songs and shit.
Rap hotels?
Yeah. But I just got a phone call. I gotta tap out.
You're good.
My son we're trying to potty train him. He
just
shit his pants, so I gotta go clean him up. You know what I mean? But
appreciate you pulling up, fam. But
yeah, we'll chop it up some more. You know,
right,
God bless it, cousin. I'm gonna tune back in and join the chat and shit, but I just can't stream. All right, fam. Yeah.
Let's see. Move from the east side to the north side, but shit, I'll be with from all the hell yeah. But that's the aspect too, like, because you know we're project babies, and this is the crazy part is all the family, you know, we're all Crips, all the family's Crips, homie. But I would even go to where my cousins, all the oldies was on Trey 737th and Race, and just to be in the east side, I'll go over to my auntie Charmaine's house just to be in the east side. My auntie Dolores, all them, auntie Angie, they were on 25th in Arapahoe. Auntie, they were all living on 20, 26, 27. Grandma Mary, all them was in the hood. So I would always just find my way back to the hood. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's crazy. They did have tunnels. They had the tunnels. That's probably why it's all hot. You were going to braid our hair. Yeah, that's probably why the whole side over there is haunted. Because there was some crazy shit going on in the east side. Crazy shit going on in the east side. I lived on West Addy and the E 37 Lafayette. Okay, yeah. I was over there too because my auntie Dolores. I don't know if you know my auntie Dolores. She lived right by St. Charles. She lived in them little apartments right there. She lived right there in them apartments, like right where the rec center is. She lived in them all them apartments right there. So I was always throughout out there too. And one thing I'll tell you like this, man. Once I seen the white folks being over there, that was like the last part of the east side that still was like original. Once I started seeing white folks over there walking their dogs right over there and by the Golden Gate and all that shit, I said, man, the east side's all the way done. because that was the last part of the east side that was like still standing with like east siders over there. I said, man, the east side, they done literally regentified the whole east side, the gas station on 31st. Hell yeah. Hey, when I was out there getting money, fool, you could actually call that payphone. Fools could call that payphone. They could call that payphone right there, bro. And get phone calls on that payphone, because there used to be a payphone right across the street. Oh yeah, they were. Oh yeah, where they do the east side peace parade, huh? And all that. Sad, man. I'll go no way no more. Yeah, they done literally turn that into a whole detour. Downing ain't even the same. Yeah, Downing supermarket or none of that shit. I know the east side changed when my auntie stopped smoking. on the gang. Yeah, once family members start smoking crack, you knew the east side was done. But at that time too, you knew there was all kinds of smoker houses all through the hood. You know all the smoker houses were in the hood, bro. The payphone. Yeah, you remember that payphone? Yeah, that was the real one. You remember on 26 in Arapahoe, they had the payphone on 26. Damn, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's old school. Hell yeah, I appreciate you, Big Josh. Yeah, if you guys want, man, since YouTube is really not showing me any love, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could actually donate to the channel if, you know what I'm saying, it's on your heart or whatever. But I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody that donated too. There's people that donated. Jay, you want to put the Cash App in the comment section again? Damn, rest in peace to the family. Rest in peace. Yeah, so when I get this freaking StreamYard up and running, I'll have more people up to tell stories, and we all ran across each other. You know how it goes, you know. It's all family, especially because the families are generational over there. And you know, one thing about a lot of like the Mexicano and the Hispanic families, they all knew each other. Hey, I got a cousin that is my cousin from both sides. I got a cousin that is my cousin from my mom's side and my dad's side. And she's my full-on cousin. You know what I'm saying? Because the families just knew each other. Like they grew up with each other. Good old days. Rent a car for a week yeah, remember that shit? You remember that, bro? Hey, let me get your car for a week. I'll give you some good. I'll double it up too. I mean, I'll show you. I'll give you a big ass boulder. I'm gonna give you a big ass boulder for this too. Yeah, you could get everything from the heads, bro. You could get everything. They wash your car, detailing, give you the groceries, come back with the boosters of clothes. Hey, see, that's why I say the crack era was more motivating than this fentanyl shit. Hell yeah, man. Damn, I want to go grub. I got some pork chops in the freezer now. I'm about to go cook this shit too. I still got to cook some dinner up. Yeah, nah, those are the good old days, man. Yeah, I see the east side in here. I see my east side rally. See the relatives. See all the homies from the east side, man. That's good shit. All my east side babies. Hey, shout out to all the hoods though. Shout out to every hood in Denver, because they did that to all of our hoods. Every hood in Denver is being regentified. They done took the roots out of the Denver metro. The last of the last is the Westwood area, bro, and they're starting to move into the Westwood area now too. Once that's gone, once the Westwoods is gone, and the look over there, and they start building over there, the whole Denver metro is done. There won't be no actual hoods in Denver metro no more once the Westwoods are gone. Hey, shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate all my family. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Thank you for tapping in, supporting. God bless. Until the next one, you have a beautiful night and see you around. Thank you. Right across from the, yep. Oh shit. Okay. That's where you were born. That's the hospital. Yep. But yeah, so that's the original aspect, man. Once Westwoods is gone, Denver in a whole scene is basically gone. Baby pool at Curtis Park was the hood. Hell yeah, man. When I was a kid at summer nights, because you know how Denver is, the summer nights, bro, that was the time to hop over the fence, and fools would be going over there hopping over the fence at night. And a couple years back, my wife, she's a West Side baby. Like, she grew up in the West Side by Lama Park and the Yellows and Reds. That's where Lady Seb's from. They did the same thing over there too, though. But one night we're partying and drinking, and I say, you know what? Let's go to Curtis Park real quick. Let's go jump over the pool. And it was summer, so we went to the projects real quick, and then we went to the pool. And sure enough, her and her homegirl hopped the fence. They hopped the fence, bro. They did a 2:00 hop over the fence, and literally, I'm rolling them because that's what we used to do all the time. You have to ride on 20th and Washington. Yup. Have you seen actually the new hospital? You seen the new hospital? I helped build that shit, fool. I helped build all that new hospital that's over there. I work at the hospital doing HVAC work and oh, nice. Hey, Josh, I need some work. Fool. I need a job. Let me go work. Let me be a worker for your company. I need to get a job, man. Anybody got any leads on some work? I need to get some work going on, man. I helped build that shit, fool. I helped build that, Jess. I remember when that shit was going up, bro. Right. I helped build that shit for a whole summer. Yep. They redid the whole St. Joseph's. Yeah, man. Hey, when they were building that shit would have underground tunnels also, homie. It was huge. Me and Lady Seb, actually, we did that shit for a whole summer. We was just building that up, ready for them to get it up and running. All right. Well, hey, it's been a cool little live, man. I'm glad everybody tapped in. As Kame said, what's up? Damn, I've been on here for 2 hours and a half. Cool little stream. Hey, reminiscing on the town, man. Reminiscing on Denver, and bring some clarification to the homie that asked. Oh yeah. Spin CDs and tapes. Damn, that's gone too, man. Damn. I'm gonna have to check it out. Go get all the CDs, the cassettes, everything. That was one of the last establishments in the hood too that reminded us of the old East Side. All right, yeah. Hey, y'all go sub up to my cousin right here too. He got a beat channel, man. Y'all sub up the homie. He's trying to get his channel going for beats. If you guys need some beats and want to see one of the coldest producers in Colorado, one of the coldest, he makes beats, like fire beats too. So y'all go sub him up, man. Let's show him a little bit of love. If you guys want to come promote your companies too, we're gonna promote companies, music. Like this is all Box State business. Y'all allowed to come promote your company and get your name out there. Music, new artist. Hell yeah. I remember Spins. I got my first tape CDs from there. That's old school, homie. Old school. Last thing, who remembers Bourbon Chicken? Yeah, when they were on the east side, Colfax still super bomb. I used to listen to them in my Walkman, and yeah, homie, yeah, you old school if you had the young Walkman and the tape player. Remember the CDs? Remember you had like a package of CDs and you had your favorite CD, and it was like everybody was excited to get the hard copy, the hard case copy of the CD. First pager. I had two of them, 2 pagers. That's tight. That's tight. Those is the real roots. The real roots. Yeah, I remember Josh when it was next to BK. Oh, they did have the BK in the hood. Do they still have that BK? Do they still have Burger King over there? And they had a Haciendas, bro. They had a Haciendas in the hood right there, right across the street from Ace Cash. They had it right across the street, right by Champa. Haciendas. Hey, guys, your phone. Yeah, that shit was old school. Pager. Hell yeah, that was old school. You pulled up to the homies spot. No, it's all boarded up. Damn. That's trash on me. Both of the beat. Damn, bro. Shit, you remember that liquor store, Jess, over there across the street from Manual High School? They had the Alkid right over there, like in the 30s, bro. That shit was like the craziest liquor store. You go into that liquor store, bro, and they had that shit was behind the glass, like because Foos was super active right there. They was like, bro, we can't just have open to the customers where the cash register is. They used to be posted right there too. 1 cent CDs sent you as soon as you turn 18. Old school, yep. Yes, again. I was cool with that shit. Just don't call me the essay. Just don't call me an essay crip. Don't call me an essay crip, fool. I used to be like, bro, essay crip. What is that? I ain't no damn essay. Was a liquor store too by the True Val on Wowen as well. Yup. Yeah, I was old school, homie. Pierre's was over there too, remember? What up with it? Mall High salute to the riders. Mall High salute. What's good with you, fam? And we just reminiscing on the good old days out here in the city. We chilling, man. Appreciate you pulling up. I appreciate you, Josh. God bless you, homie. Mall High salute. Yeah, I remember Pierre's the 22nd and Downey. Yeah. The pig ear stand, the old school pig ear stand. Joe's Liquor. Hey, you could be a young bro. I remember being a kid. Troy's Liquor and Joe's Liquor, homie. And they both was Salas liquor before our age. They was both selling us liquor. Cause you know, Grandma Mickey, she had that project house on like 30th, not 32nd in the 32nd in Lawrence. And we used to go to the liquor store right there, and they would actually sell us liquor, me and Marky. Is on us. Even that's changed, bro. They don't even have. Is Joe still over there? I don't think Joe's Liquor still over. It's another liquor store now. But that shit was hella convenient. You only had to walk a couple blocks to go to the liquor store right there, right in the hood. Mac, what's up, man? What's good with you, brother? Hey, Gatch, you remember the firework, all-out war firework show that Uncle Moonhead used to put on every year on 4th of July? And that we would have these big ass bottle rocket wars, people. We would declare a war on different parts of the east side. We pulling up to other people's spot with 1,000 bottle rockets blowing shit up. Nice, you working. Hell yeah, congratulations. Oh, yep. That used to be the Project liquor store right there. Like everybody in the PJs used to go right there because that fool used to be the hood liquor store, and he would give us discounts, bro. That fool was giving us love. Like he knew everybody over there. And he was sell us some drink before he was out his drink before we were in 21. He knew the family. You ain't never, man. That's another thing. We ain't never gonna get them days back, bro. 4th of July, big old 4th of July fireworks shows. The Cisneros Adventures. They would promote the shit out there. Like we having a big old block party fireworks show. The whole east side in that area would be coming to, they would come watch the show. But my uncle had the plug on bottle rockets. We'd get thousands of bottle rockets and be popping them on each other. We'd be blowing each other up. But that whole thing never compared to when we actually declared war on Marseille and them fools, bro. Remember when we went to that fool's house and them fools shot us with the big old artillery shell, but we had them Roman candles. Real shit, fool. Chilling, thank good. Yeah, no, that's good. Hell yeah, no, that's, man. These conversations bring us back to our essence and our roots. Essence and roots, homie. Oh, we did too. Uncle Mods used to distribute the fireworks throughout the whole east side. He was the firework man. Yeah, that's when we were the happiest, huh? We was the happiest. The east side done kept us happy, homie. Just being in the east side used to keep our spirit up. It didn't matter. That was the good old days. Bro, that was fun. We had the big ass pipe. Yeah, because I that was the time, bro. We had stocked up. We had stocked up on a gang of works. And we told them fools were coming to their crib and they didn't believe us, homie. And we just pulled up, blowing shit up. We blew up. We knocked on that door and just lit up their whole shit. Boom, 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 boom. And then we set off. Remember, we set off that big ass war at the apartments right there. We literally just started blowing shit up. The whole apartment complex was on stuck status. They didn't even want to drive because it was a big ass war. Hell nah. Yeah, my rider's not doing too good. Who else is in the chat smoking right now? Smoking Hallentown. The living is beautiful. But yeah. What they know about that, bro. Hell no. All right, Rodders, I'm gonna leave it with that, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. I'm about to make some food. I'm about to chill out, relax, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up on a Tuesday too, taking time out your day, man, to pull up, come say what's up. We are keep these live streams coming. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, my homie, because to be real with you, I'm gonna have to, because YouTube right now is kind of like they're not pushing me through the algorithm of videos no more. People ain't even getting my notifications, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy this a little more because there's interaction amongst the live homies. So I think even with recommended videos, because this was like a recommended video, I'm gonna do recommended videos on the live so I can just, you know what I'm saying, just put it out there and catch up with the aspect, and you know what I'm saying. But YouTube, I don't know what they're gonna do to let me get back on the regular format. It's just I appreciate you guys because like y'all support regardless. You know, y'all find a way to still be here, even if you don't get notifications, fools are still pulling up, and I appreciate that shit. You know, and maybe YouTube will let me have my rights back. Right now, I'm in like YouTube. I feel like I'm still in YouTube jail. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm gonna leave with some music, and I appreciate you, man. We got the show, I think Saturday going on, bro. Saturday, I think we're gonna do the show with Who Ride. That's when our new date is on his channel, but I'll send it to my community post. So just watch out for that. And to the next one, bro, I'm gonna leave you with some classic songs from the East Side. Let's do this one real quick, and then that'll be cool, man.
My. Aren't you my little...
Y'all be good.
Nah, nigga, it's the motherfucking roller coaster, nigga. I been eating, cause my stomach ain't right. I been easty, off 33rd County. She been creeping, the east side got her prowling. And you ain't that hard, quit that motherfucking frowning. It's Detroit Rider, east side for the east siders. And I still got juice, so why the fuck would I retire? I'm a made man. My nigga, it's my music. What's the game plan? They cover Colorado cruising in a strange land. That's why I keep a hollow head, a little Nina on the hip, and 30 in the cartridge. I thought Diesel called filthy. Till 50 get flawless, I got BC Measy. And 30 yeah, we signed her. Who say he got saved? Peso sent to be. Baby, yo say he ain't, cause the rest is history. My boy is game time. The rest is history. And every nigga around me, they gon' nobody. Tell you somebody, trust nobody. GME put it on my back, east side, baby. Certified, I can tell that hate, keep my eyes on them. Pick a side, they gon' think it's sweet till you fire on them. Poor planet, they hustle with no patience. Crying hard, got me thumbing through these blue faces. I don't need love and affections, just plugs and connections. Ain't no question, disrespect, you hit from all directions.
Double FIE from the east side. Drop something and leave it there for the CSI. Be advised, see the sign, check his PSI. And with them guys, he from 23rd, he a prize. All trophies. And you know it's on me, hair trigger, if I pull it, that's the east side pony. Nickel to the 30 on the D-line funky. Show of hands if you caught an east side rollie. East side deuces and trays. We gon' shoot them in the face or we gon' shoot them a fade. Strapped up, 2 of them things, 2 in a day. A lot of niggas say they funk and they don't do it the same. Don't be coolin' at the cage if you ain't cool with the gang, nigga. Hey. Nigga filthy back doing his thing. Moving with grace. Blue in the lace, blue in the brains. Leave her on red till she blue in the face.
In my habitat, we running packs like mosquitoes. Shoot niggas like dope injection with long barrel needles. Venom be lethal. Game tighter than speedos. They call us cheesy cause we all about our Cheetos. Shake shit, blue nose. White bitch like Melrose. Call me bloke, ballin' under niggas' nose. Tiptoe no chrome. Getting money off of microphones. Authentic fabric, the type of shit you can't clone. I'm in my pocket on my level in a different zone. Been in the trap going zone for zone. Throwing Hail Marys, nigga trying to touch the end zone. Wood after wood, nigga fucking up the ozone.
You see these locks, nigga? For the E, I'm locked in. Big 30 with that 43rd, I focus. Yes, all the way the fuck up on my rocker shit. Fuck the club, this that beat down your block shit. Yes, Cuddy, nigga, this shit right here like automatic. 5-point district in this bitch, yeah, instant classic. The East End like C6, rare fabric. The flow of butyrol, I'm leaving you niggas ass mad. I am he, the real one that y'all really not. Supercharged on that go mode when I hit the block. Family first for the section, Cuddy riding with it. I'm so authentic, East Side, I'm dying.
3-0 AVE, yeah, that's me. Really grew up with them squabbles in alleys and back streets. Shit get funky, get a bun, and you know I'm a clap heat. Sorry, brother, if it ain't 3 times, don't dab me. Look, long live TR, that's my rider for sure. We did the missions, cotton slipping, now it's back to the dough. You know them bitches love an East Side nigga the low. He keep calling his BM, I'm in the back of the bro. St. Joe's, baby. Red Shield raised me. Used to meet up at the park. If niggas talking about fame. 1 to the 2. On my side is chunk free. I don't know no other letter. Nothing matter but the E. Nigga.
I go 0 to 100 like a weight scale. I think it's fair play. We don't play fair. See, niggas won't go, well, we'll take their classes in session. I know you hear that late bell. I can teach you people something like I'm Joe Clark. But this bitch a bird brain, it's giving Ozark. And these niggas need a donor, they got no heart. I could bet a whole thing, they want no parts. That boy Measy got a point to prove. It's like blind date sex, who the fuck is you? Pound for pound, I'm as heavy as it gets. Like the toilet upstairs, boy, there's levels to this shit.
Look, so back, the realest nigga rapping, you already know that. Fuck that dead nigga, I'm trying to send you where your bro at. Shout out my nigga Funky, rip that foe like he Bojack. He said he told, cause another nigga told. He a co-rat, EA, ST, SI, DE, Great Gang, TD, Free Great Deuce, Crip Deuce, and PD, East Side babies, Curtis Park made long live Rockalock, he was East Side crazy. Look, it get rough in that bottom of that East End. We all in from the 18 to the 310 zone.
Roller coaster that shit, man.
We saw E with it, call this shit the East Cypher. Roller coaster, this anthem, we the East Siders. I'm from Arapahoe, generals with the master flow. Box steak business, eat you up like a cannibal. Cannibalistic with no manners, bro. If it's fuck mine, then fuck yourself, low, give no fuck stuff. And I guarantee the clutch pose. See you in the lanes, getting your bloodstream like a double shot of Dutch bros. In the East is on a hunt though. And I can't stop, I won't stop till I leave these little pups froze. I'm surgical with that snub nose, facials when the pump blows. Shout out to my riders and my real lows, the East.
Mama used to say the truth till it set you free. The hood double cat like tell it all and pay the fee. Truth be told, that was a warning shot. I came in this under fire, hear me? Fuck is niggas talking about. You can get down to get laid. About your preference though, 43 Glock with a switch. Might have a laser so you can go without that ditch. Suggestion switch it up, but then neglecting to maintain to get you opened up. Curry in the Glock, I'm a Pippin nigga. Out the pot, really from the soil, I'm points nigga. On God near, keep a full clip on some extra shit, ain't no holding it by any means necessary. I come through your set and see R.I.P. but from this block, long time from 33 to 30 sound backwards to you front line. And every star strike came earned. Hardly pressed it off, so Dink was known to take that trick.
Been on for dodging you dummies, just 30 rounds to put on a show. You know how it goes in the city or out on the road. Really living this shit. When I was young, they trained me to go. And all the way up to this age, shit, I'm letting them know. I'm gassed up like the prices and drop. Shit, I'm known in the city, and plus I'm known on the block. Shit, I'm known to keep the heat, and yes, I'm known to pop. And if you rockin' with the eating shit, we rollin' them up. Cause from the start to the finish, you get the business and shit don't faze me. I got homies that's doing life, that just turned 18. I got homies that's real riders, that's resting in peace. That's why I love the set that I'm from, nigga. This for the Jesus 30s.
Well, I'm sure you've learned the song by now. You better know it. Because this time, if you don't get it right, you're suspended, you're suspended, 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 suspended.
Real money make the bass go.
It begun with plans of a happily ever after. Unbreakable love and laughter. Now she's trying to close this chapter. There's some things I gotta ask her. Calling text but getting no answer. Now I'm sickened from this love disease cancer. Is this too much to ask you? Pick up your phone now. My mind is losing control now. We ain't break up, more like broke down. Took a crown off, I got no ground. I need to slow it down. Drinking and hoping my soul drown. Do you think about me day and night, wondering why we taking flights? Or are you trying to run and hide, caught up and can't let go of pride? Remember when our worlds collide, now I'm leaving your heart deprived. You and I, nothing gas ain't a thing in this world, we can't survive. Our wings, it's time to take flight. Is that too much to ask? Do you miss my fingers grasp? Can we make this thing last? Spread my wings, it's time to take flight. Is that too much to ask? Do you miss my fingers grasp? Can we make this thing last?
Are we just a thing of the past? Is that too much to ask? Hold me down just like an anchor light. Cleats go in the grass, 3 feet beneath the pavement. Or is that too much to ask? Expectations made you hateful. Disbelief a thief could save you. It's exactly what I pray for. A heart like broken glass, a million pieces in the trash. Scars from burning rashes, the same heat that'll shake you. Or is that too much to ask? Ask again and then I'll say it. Is that too much to ask? Ask again and then I'll say it. Learn from burning bridges. I learn from certain women. Her curves are just her curses. Lines bent from bad decisions. You prefer a perfect person. The fact that he's in existence. I gave you all my love. You gave me all of your resistance.
Spread our wings, it's time to take flight. Is that too much to ask? Do you miss my fingers grasp? Can we make this thing last? Spread my wings, it's time to take flight. Is that too much to ask? Do you miss my fingers grasp? Can we make this thing last?
Are we just a thing of the past? Back and forth as we arguing and we break up and it start again. I got the heart to win. Faces of a heart of sin and my lifestyle with a heart of 10. And your guards up cause your scars cut so deep. Just like the aim of an archer hit you so heartless. Images of hardships. The unit was strong, now the unit departing. And I hate you when you hate me. Present time with the hate be. And we don't mean this shit cause I love us. And you chase me with my pride play so crazy. Precious time we was wasting. Now I'm stuck in emotional daydreaming. I can't get out cause I'm facing the reality of what fate may be. Can we repair what God's creating? I'm thin ice as we skating. When we fall through, so lace me. My mind keeps on pacing. Back and forth in this daydream.
Two more songs for you, baby. 2 more songs. You riding with us? It's been a while, 20 years since we